Today's episode of the realest podcast ever is brought to you by Brandilly Marketing Creative. Brandilly MC is a family-run, black-owned design firm and print shop located in Raleigh, North Carolina. They've been around since 2001 and print everything from business cards to booklets to the famous stand-up banner that you guys see every week on our videos for TRPE. They print and ship nationwide and offer standard, next-day, and same-day printing options. And for the month of August, they're giving out some great specials to all the TRPE listeners. You can get 1,000 full-color 4x6 postcards for only $55. You can get the retractable stand-up banner with a carrying case for only $125. And then the final special is 1,000 full-color business cards with any finish that you want for only $27. All of these specials are available by calling 919-278-7896 and mentioning TRPE, or by using coupon code TRPE at www.bmcprinting.com. That's using code TRPE at www.bmcprinting.com. What up, what up? We back. Episode 31, realest podcast ever. It's your boy C. Diddy. Matthew.
Oh, yeah. What's my fault. My bad. Matt.
Like, my bad. Who am I?
Yeah.
Where are we? What's going on here? Matt's looking at the monitor here. Apparently, the Dolphins have lost another starter now on the defensive side. And they've already lost their quarterback, and now Raekwon McMillan is done. Torn right ACL. Goodness gracious. Oh, well, I mean, they was 7-9 anyway. It didn't like this shit mattered.
Yo, motherfucker from the Packers, Randall got a concussion. Like, did you watch the Eagles-Packers game?
I watched a little bit of it.
Packers was blitzing first game of the preseason. Y'all out here tripping.
Trying to get our rotations right.
Motherfucker straight got a concussion. But that's neither here nor there.
It happens. We back once again, like I said, episode 31. Thanks for all the support and all the past episodes. What was last week? Number 30. Back to work. We got a good response on that one, right?
This nigga said episode 31. What was last week?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about like the title. The title.
Yeah, back to work. My bad.
Yeah. A lot of people fuck with that episode. I like that episode.
Yo, people are literally calling me now for the y'all weird shirts. Like, we got to get that done.
All right. Y'all wear shirts, Migos for Prez shirts, camo TRPE hat will be up tomorrow. 100% guaranteed.
Apparently, they really like our logo. So, we got to get it done.
TheRealestMerchEver.com. That's a whole nother. God damn it. That's a whole nother
You
thing.
see how I slid it in there?
Yeah. Like, fuck the flow. They jacking our logo. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. We'll address that at a later show. We got a special guest in the building, 300 E&T artist, my boy Mir Fontaine from South Jersey.
What it is.
Yo, I just was finally just got around to listening to your album, and as I'm listening to it, I'm hearing songs that I didn't know was your songs, but I know these records.
Damn.
So like Cosmic Kev is playing a couple of your records, a couple other people are playing your records, and I don't know that it's. Not because it's like mix show, so they not saying like.
That's the only part that irritates me with the mixes and all. Like they'll cut a new a local artist or a new artist
and
won't
don't say who the artist is.
Right, so you gotta guess and do all this weird shit on Google.
You gotta Shazam that shit.
Yeah.
Right. Because literally, like I kept hearing about the Frank Ocean record. I know like
the Frank Ocean joint.
Fader covered it. Fader covered it. Complex. All the big media outlets like is covering this record, and it's performing on iTunes and Apple Music. And then I hear it, and I'm like, y'all heard this song 10,000 times. How didn't I connect that it was like your record
crazy.
Or whatever?
I didn't know what was going on like that out in these streets. That's why y'all put me on.
Yeah. So it's just like like I said, I rode to the album today all day. I fuck with it. Talk about like your start, where you from, how you start rapping, all that. Like, we got a big global audience. We're in 74 countries, so, like, give as much information as you want to give.
I'm from Camden, New Jersey. Shout out Camden real quick. I started rapping when I was, I want to say around 16, but I've been writing, like, poetry and just been a fan of, like, English class and all that. That was my favorite class, that and gym and all that. But, I've always been good at writing and stuff like that, but I started really taking rapping seriously around high school. Like in middle school, we used to just, I want to say like punchline battles. Like it wasn't really rapping, but we'll roast each other, but we had to make it a punchline, to, like make it a little challenge for yourself. But we used to do that, but I really started taking music seriously, like putting together song structures and actual shit like that in high school after like relationships, and I mean. it was around that time where just music started taking over my life. Like I was always an artist. I went to Creative Arts High School
Gotcha.
in Camden, and I was there for visual arts because I was always nice with drawing and stuff like that. So it was around that time. I think I was a junior when music really just started taking a hold of my life as being my main focus, and I just went hard with that. You know what I mean? Trying to cope with like relationship problems. You know what I mean? Girl troubles and stuff like that. Everyday life. You know what I mean? Losing friends.
Right.
Things of that nature. Yeah, I really decided to go hard with it in college, like probably like my third semester in college. I was losing friends. I wasn't happy in college.
What college you go
I
to?
went to Rutgers University.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Rutgers, the one in Camden. I
You
was
finished there?
Nah, I didn't. I was an animation major, and I was there for damn near 3 years, and I ain't take not one class I had to do with my major. So I was
you
like,
just there just taking
I'm just
electives
there,
and
just wasting
prereqs
time
and
pretty
shit,
much.
Yeah.
It was
I
like
find it
day camp
amazing
for me.
though how hip hop now is like a lot more of the new guys are like college degrees or went to college, and whereas like old hip hop was like niggas dropped out in like the second grade and
It's a different world.
yeah, it's,
like,
it's
you
crazy. It's like it's amazing at how that is now.
Who drops out at second grade?
I mean,
I mean, but still, you can't afford to drop out. It's harder to drop. If you dropping out in high school, that's a deeper leap now than it was back in the day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I went through the whole college thing. I tried to see what it was. I was always that kid. They used to always say when I was in high school, well, college ain't for everybody. I took that as a challenge. Like, nigga, it's for me. So if you think it ain't for everybody, you know what I mean? I
Right.
know what they meant by that.
Yeah.
So I was trying to go out to actually, you know what I mean, prove them wrong at that aspect. But when I got there, it was like I was taking organized crime classes. I'm taking, you know what I mean, bullshit ass humanity classes. I'm taking classes.
Basket weaving.
I'm in a majority. I wish I took bad. That's at least art. I ain't had
Advanced
no
pottery.
art. Yeah, I'm in like a majority white class. It's probably like me and two other black faces.
Right.
And it's a whole class about Camden. You're just learning about what Camden is and like the humanitarian part about it and like greenways and shit like that.
Yeah.
And people are so curious, but it's like we in Rutgers, Camden, but the way they talk in these classrooms is like they don't expect anybody to actually be from Camden in the
Right.
classroom. So they so loose with the little
Yeah,
shots they throw at us and
yeah.
stuff like that. So I'm just in the back of the class just taking all that in. And it was just like I just was unhappy there. And I really wanted
Yeah.
to just chase music. So I just had the mindset of my plan A is I'm gonna just be a rapper. You know what I mean? In my mind there is no plan B. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
plan A gotta work. I'm young. I gave myself a deadline. I said if I don't got shit popping by at least 24, I'm done. I'm not about to be 30 years old.
How old
Still
are you
trying
now?
to 24 now.
Okay.
So I was like,
Right on time.
Exactly. You know what I mean? You always on time. So I was like, if it's not working past 24, I'm not about to be 30 years old trying to make this rap career happen. You got to make something shake. I'm gonna have to either go back to school, because when I was in school, I realized I was in class with like 60-year-olds and somebody's mom and stuff. I'm like, you can always go to school and
Right.
get your degree. So I'm like, I might as well chase it now while I got the energy and I'm young. You know what I mean? And make it happen. And then the rest was.
So
I mean-
you named your. I don't want to miscategorize your project. Is it a street album, an album, a mixtape, or what do you classify Camden as your project?
It's a Fontaine project.
Okay.
It just is what it is. I've been making mixtapes for forever, and my mixtapes always sounded like albums.
Yeah.
So it's just a Fontaine project for what it is. You
Gotcha.
can categorize it what you want, but it's just a project for my city, for my fans, and yeah.
Talk about the Camden experience and how that specifically got you to where you are now, content wise, and like the things that you talk about as an artist. How influential has Camden been on Mayor Fontaine?
Camden made me who I am from the top to bottom. I think definitely growing up in the city, it got me prepared for this industry. You learn to have tough skin. You learn to see through people in their games, the bullshit. You learn to actually see all of that shit coming. It's like little New York down there. It's just a smaller scale, smaller city, but everybody's on top of each other, so it's that much more dangerous. Like there's nowhere to hide. Like in these major cities that are usually dangerous, it's like there's at least suburbs. There's no suburb in Camden. Camden is what it is.
Yeah,
And
about that.
you know what I mean? So it ain't no secret hiding spots or nowhere. You out here.
Yeah.
Which is why I refer to it as the jungle. Like if you in this bitch, you in this bitch. And a lot of people come from the suburbs to Camden. Like a lot of white people would come to the suburbs of Canada and they spend all their drug money there, and end up spending all of their money. So now they don't got no bus fare to get back out to their homes and shit like that.
Right.
So they end up becoming residents or what I call them zombies, streetwalkers, usually downtown and stuff like that. And it's sad. Like I've seen that at a young age. Like even when I was going to creative arts is like a 3-story building. It's very small, kind of similar to the city. So it's like I graduated. My graduating class was like 50 people.
Gotcha.
The entire school was probably like 200 kids. So when I used to walk to my bus stop, I used to have to walk down Broadway. My bus stop was right on the prostitute ring. You know what I mean? I used to see bitches get pimp slapped, all type of shit. They was running right out the Chinese store. Like, it's crazy. Like,
They was
it gets
pimping
They
deep.
was
the
Chinese
Chinese-
store
Out the
pimping.
Chinese store. Out the Chinese store, like, they was all involved. Like, the Chinese people was involved.
Remember,
in all
remember
that.
Day on
Like,
Friday after
it
next? I'm
was
pimping out the
crazy.
rich.
It's real shit. You know what I mean? They used to go in there, cop the condoms and shit from the Chinese store. They used to go in there, talk to them. You know what I mean? Hide if they had to around the back if they got ran down. It was crazy. So I seen all of this at a young age,
Dang.
and me, like I said, I was a visual artist, so I got a vivid mind. My imagination is crazy. I see everything as like a picture. So I see every detail and I pay attention to it all. So that helps me with my music because I'm an avid storyteller. Like I
Right.
grew up listening to Biggie Smalls, Tupac, Big L. You know what I mean? 50 Cent is a very direct influence. Lil Wayne, people that can actually spit and tell stories is the people I gravitated to. Lloyd Banks, you know what I mean? So that was just a part of my everyday life, and it was like I was growing up in a city that nobody cared about, but it had hella stories, but everybody knew about New York. I think Camden got just as much, if not more, stories than the crazy shit I hear about New York. Like, and for it to be, it was like a remote island. It was just written off. Nobody knows what it is. If you do know what it is, then you know what it's hitting for.
Right.
And it's like, it was just a third world country pretty much.
Right.
And I understood that at a young age. Like, the city is built for you to die. It's set up for you to either end up downtown in that jail, you know what I mean, which is right near my school, or you just dead in the street, you know what I mean, cold white sheets, and your mom disappointed crying somewhere.
So how do you overcome that and end up where you are today? Album out, signed to 300 Entertainment, doing shows, touring. Like how do you overcome all of that adversity?
You got to be mentally strong, and you got to be mentally prepared. You got to learn from others' mistakes. You got to be 6 steps ahead of all of this shit. Like,
What do you think are some of the biggest mistakes that you see people make and you coming up, like continual mistakes that end up fucking people dead or in jail? Like, what do you see?
okay, females is the main reason. Like a lot of people who chase this dream, they get caught up in the lifestyle. I done seen they'll fall to the wayside over a female or over small change or over drugs and stuff like that. It's little temptations and little vices that people fall over. It depends on what your poison is. But most of the time it's usually over something stupid, and it's because you're not mentally prepared. You got to understand everything is coming at you for a reason, especially if you're on the right path. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, a lot of bullshit comes at you. And when that bullshit comes at you, you're supposed to stand strong and take that shit because you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. A lot of people fold under that pressure and they just fall to the wayside. You just don't make it out because you're just not mentally tough.
Right.
Like, if you're not, then you're just going to get eaten alive. If you just so happen to squeeze through the cracks and somehow make it into the industry and you're not mentally prepared the way you think you are, then you're going to get broken down and it's going to happen. And it happens a lot to the young artists around here. Like, especially in the culture we have now, like, you're breaking your mental down before you even get into the game, doing all of these crazy ass drugs and shit like that. Like, I had to learn from that because I seen somebody that I thought was the strongest. That was their weakness, though. Those type of pills or them type of thing, that was their weakness. And I've seen them, like, it was so easy to get them to do what they want or to get them to actually move over to the wayside because that was what their weakness was. And that's something that's so easy to be able to manipulate or control somebody. Like, I don't want to have anything that's able to control me.
Got you. So, in terms of your music creation and your process and all of that, I noticed that you've got a lot of big sounding records. Like the vocal production is there. The way you layer your vocals, the bridges, the hooks, all that shit like sounds big. Like you really know what you're doing as far as the record creation process. Like it ain't a bunch of slapped together shit. It's like full thought out records. How did you get to that ability as far as like how you make your records?
It took time, but all it was a conversion over from visual art to actual audio.
Okay.
So all right, I was very detailed as an artist. So from the steps that I took, from the sketch to the finished product, I knew that it was just layers on top of layers on top of layers that created the bigger picture. It's the same thing with music. I pretty much figured out. Um, it's like you don't want to do too much either. Like a lot of people will oversaturate the record with too many ad libs or something like that.
Yeah.
Like if there's no need for the ad libs, I won't put it on there.
Right.
I feel like my voice is big enough that I can ride a whole entire record with no ad libs, and it'll still feel like nothing. There's no empty space.
Right.
I just like to make it everything I do just feel big because I feel like every time I'm doing a song, it's some type of message, it's some type of story, some type of announcement, PSA out here. So I just treat every record importantly, and everyone because I don't want to just put out a song just to put out a song. Like I don't want to have anybody say, "Well, this is a bad Mary Fontaine song." I'm not really fucking with that Fontaine song. I take pride in everything I do. I treat my music like stepchildren, like my children.
Right.
Like, you know, I would be stepchildren, but like my children. So. That's just how I approach all of my music because
It's like
I want my
Kanye
fans.
acts with music. It's like how
Yeah,
anything.
you gotta be
Like old rappers really just used to rap. Like just come in,
Exactly.
It's bigger
spit
than that now.
16.
It's like,
I'm outta
this
here.
is space for the 2 verses. All right, bet. See you tomorrow.
Y'all deal with
You
it.
gotta get the fans an experience. Like people just don't want to be rap too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
But that's why you got so many dudes now in music that do other shit outside of rap. Like Kanye going over into fashion. It makes
Mm-hmm.
sense because you just watch the way he acts with music. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
But somebody like, I don't know, Ghostface. It's like, no, he
Lloyd
just,
Banks.
he just was literally
Yeah,
rapping.
that's it.
That's it. Like,
That's all I got. I got these bars
yeah. And a belt. You know.
and a bird.
Yeah. How did the whole deal with 300 come about?
I was in the middle of taking a year off from dropping projects, and I was just dropping singles, and I had a single that just happened to pop off called Wani Wag with Ish Williams.
Okay.
That got picked up by a good music producer, Charlie Heat, and he kind of made like a Charlie Heat version to that. After he dropped that, he like invited us to come out and do his Charlie Heat and Friends show, which was at Coda, which is in Philly. It was a big crowd and shit like that. 300 came out because they was already hearing about me and Ish, so they wanted to see us perform in front of like an actual crowd. Like we were doing small venues and stuff like that at the time, but this was, I would say, around the time that was the biggest crowd we performed in front of. So we killed that. We only had one song. We just did that one song and we were done. But it was like the whole crowd was just waiting for us to do that song.
Yeah.
So it went crazy once we came out and did that. From then on, they kind of kept up the relationship, kept in contact. We went up there to the offices a couple times, talked to them. I told them what I pretty much expected from like a partnership with a label. I didn't want to be controlled. I didn't want to give up my creative control on anything like that. I wanted to just continue doing what I was doing, but have help with the label. So I want to say like October, I'm on tour. I'm on the 300 tour with Birth of a Nation with PNB Rock, Shy Glizzy, and Day Day. Last stop is in Philly. That's when I announced that I signed the 300. From then on, we just been rocking out, and I've just been making music, and that's when Camden dropped a couple months later.
Yeah, it seemed like they prioritized you like pretty quickly as far as getting your project out. Or did you come to them with the album done already, and then it was just like, yo, what y'all gonna do?
Yeah, it was more so like when you done the project, just let us know.
Okay.
It was more so like that. But the way I work, I like to work fast. I like to continue to push myself and feed my fans. So we got the project done, I would say, pretty fast. So it was like October. Project was probably done in like April, March.
Okay.
We ended up dropping it in the summertime. After it got pushed back a couple times, we wanted to just make sure it came out right, and everything was secure. Was trying to make it the biggest project I had to date, and I would say so right now. Yeah, I think we succeeded in that.
Yeah. Are you happy with the performance of the album so far as like critically and commercially, as far as like the way people have taken it in?
Definitely. I'm always thankful that people even just listen to the music.
Yeah.
So I think I gain more listeners every time I drop. I gain more fans. And I like to stay interactive with my fans and stay in touch with my fans, which is why I think I gain more listeners and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely happy. I still think it's an underrated project, but I'm happy with what it did because I know where I came from.
Right.
So I'm forever grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I like it a lot, and I basically plan to tell as many people as I can,
Appreciate that.
about the project. Like I really like think it's dope as shit, and I believe in the music, and the fact that you prioritize making dope records, like cohesive sounding records, is going to carry you forward once a bigger audience like get hip to your shit.
Thank you, man.
Because the blueprint is basically already laid. I've been hearing about a Philly and Jersey like rap beef type of thing. Like as far as like not necessarily you directly involved in it, but issues amongst like artists feeling like the Jersey artists are getting more support from the Philly outlets and this, that, and the third. And do you have any insight on that you can share?
First of all, I ain't know it was really a beef, and I don't know if that's the reason for the beef. That's stupid to me. Because I remember before we even was doing what we were doing, before the South Side, before any of that, it was like you go over Philly, it was strictly Philly.
Gotcha.
In Jersey, we're second-class citizens. Any venue that you were performing at, Jersey is usually first on the bill. And everybody else is local love, as it should be. You know what I mean? Support Philly and everything. But once we started building steam and stuff like that, we were consistent, and our performances were different.
Okay.
So it was like the Philly performances for the most part were, you know what I mean, like laid back. From what I seen when I was first coming there, it was like they were laid back. They were chilling, you know what I mean? It was like you said, it was just them bars. You want to get these bars. Yeah. It wasn't really a performance aspect to it. I realized that too, because when I first started rapping, I thought when you get on stage, they supposed to know your songs and shit by the time you get up there, and that's how I was performing. Wrong.
Right.
You have to sell the song even when you're on stage.
Gotcha.
So it was like early, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want to put the mic to the crowd and nobody say nothing.
Shut up,
it
nigga.
wasn't to that extent, but it was like when you rapping and then you stop, and the crowd at least supposed to pick up that empty space right there, and then it's just quiet. That I always thought that was a cringe moment for me.
Yeah, Philly
and I ain't never wanted to do that.
Philly doesn't have much guys who like perform. Like
now they do.
And I was about to say, the last couple years we've gotten a few. But even when you look back to like the State P days, it wasn't performance.
Yeah, that wasn't even a main point in the game really at the point. Now it's more so everybody's entertainers.
Yeah. Like when I look at like P&B Rock, he's a performer.
Yeah, Uzi's a performer.
Uzi's a co-performer. It's like,
Uzi is like the best performer that we have right now.
Dog, I saw Uzi at Coachella. That shit was like,
I just seen clips of that, and that was retarded.
It was insane. Like,
but I don't think it's a beef. I do remember hearing people say Jersey's getting more support, which I think is still ridiculous.
If it is a beef, Philly can find it. Believe it.
I still think it's ridiculous.
Was there ever a Philly versus Camden? Like one of those battles? Was there ever one? Philly versus Camden?
Oh, you mean like in the battle days of the DVD
like
shit?
DVD days? Yeah. I'm sure
Philly,
you could probably
Philly
find
battled
one.
Philly battled like Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah.
Like they was battling
Philly battled the world.
Philly battled Doylestown, whoever the fuck was available. I don't know if they had a Philly versus Camden. They had something over in Jersey. I just can't. It might have been Philly versus Jersey. It was one of them. I don't think it was Camden.
Philly versus Jersey makes more sense.
Yeah. I mean, they had a Philly versus fucking Quakerstown. It's like Philly.
I don't think it would be Philly versus Camden.
Philly literally battled everybody at one point.
As far as the specific to like South Jersey Camden music scene, is it any other artists that's out that you like really fuck with?
I fuck with Ish Williams, who was on Wani Wag with me. That's my brother. Kev Rogers, Kenneth Muse. That's the one who makes most of my beats and he's my engineer.
Okay.
That's the reason I sound so pristine. Kev Rogers also makes most of my beats.
Yeah, he nice.
He's
fucking nice.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I really just stick to my camp, you know, because, like, I stick to what I know. Like, as an artist, I don't like to, like you said, like, if it worked, don't fuck up the blueprint.
So was Kev, is that who did, like, majority of the production?
For most of my career from 2014 up, Kev did most of my production.
Okay.
So
that include Camden?
Including Camden.
How many joints did he do in Camden?
Off the top of my head, he probably did like 4,
okay,
5, yeah.
And where did the other production come from?
Kenny, Marley Raw, like Marley Raw did Still in the Hood, Jalil Beats did Cold, the Tupac and Biggie joint.
Yeah.
And then the rest was either Kenny and Kev, or it was just Kenny and just Kev.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, they got like a real like big sound. Like they production styles like real clean, real crisp. Like almost kind of like how Khaled produces his records. Like Khaled's like an underrated like engineer and a producer because like the way his records sound is like they bang, but they real clear.
Right.
And your music got like that same type of quality where it bangs, but it's like super clear and you can hear like every instrument.
That is a interesting point. There are records that bang, but it's not clear.
Yeah, it starts to distort like
Right.
when you turn the volume up. So I'm saying, so it's like if you don't really know engineering that good and know how to really manipulate the levels and shit like that, it get fucked up. Like
sure.
So like Dre is like the standard as far as like sound shit that bang, and it's still
Shit,
like
Iovine too. You got to look at. I look at him in a whole different light now. since the
exactly.
documentary.
And then to me, second is Khaled. Like as far as like that shit be like this, but it be crystal fucking clear. Like
Second.
yeah, absolutely. Like think about some of the biggest records you heard in the last 10 years. Khaled got like half of them. As far as singles and like shit that play on the radio, like all I do is win. Think about how hard that shit bang.
But is Khaled making those beats?
Well, he's more so like a Puffy type of producer where he's telling the.
I was gonna
I
say.
always thought Khaled was
it's-
the one be like,
I
yo,
was gonna
you,
say it's Puff
yo,
Not-
Ross, come on, Ross.
I was gonna say
Wayne.
it's Puff Not number 2.
And then he grabbed, I thought he was just the money man
Puff
behind
don't,
the situation.
Puff
in
don't
the
really
air.
do that much music no more.
Kanye has to be up there too.
For sure. Kanye's
has-
beats
yeah.
is crazy. And they
Like
they're
I was
definitely
listening
clear.
to a joint the other day on YouTube where it was going through all his samples and some of the songs that he pulls from and
Oh,
samples
yeah.
from. It's insane, dog.
Yeah.
Like Steely Dan, The Doors, the joint he sampled for Drunken Hot Girls.
Like I don't even know
Sling
how they
song.
was clearing some of
It
this
just
shit.
don't even make sense. Yeah.
Probably relationships, honestly.
Yeah, that Rockefeller late 90s, 2000s runs. Like, how are y'all even clearing some of this shit? Like, they was like huge ass fucking records. How you clear doors for a disc
How'd you
record?
clear? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Not for a single, for a diss track. For the this fucking Prodigy, Recipes Prodigy.
He the Kid Charlemagne for Champion. That's another one that's just amazing. Like even Daft Punk, like Kanye was just
Yeah.
all over the place. So,
Definitely.
but yeah, that production, that engineering matters. It matters so much now, man.
People don't. I mean, it's like as far as the Philly rappers, like they be rapping. Some of them be rapping the 2-track until they like sign.
Yeah.
Like it's like they don't be having a stem. Like you know what I'm saying, like they shit don't be well produced. Like, and that's what specifically jumped out about your project. The melody, the song structure, all that, and the fact that the production sounds so big. Like
Right. Like, it took a couple years for us to actually get that down with my voice because I figured out my voice is so big that you don't want to do too much with the beat.
exactly.
Because we used to make our beats like that, like it was a whole bunch of shit, but so that the beat just sounded crazy by itself.
Yeah.
That when I got on it, it was like, there's way too much going on, which is why I don't do ad-libs and stuff too much. I always say, like, less is more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's always the best. So they leave most of my tracks open enough for me to just do what I want to do with my voice before they go right back in after I'm done and then add shit on top of what I
Gotcha.
already did.
Got you.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, we covered a lot of base. We talked about Camden, we talked about the music, we talked about the deal. What do you got going on now? Any shows coming up? Whether it's, Philly or anywhere in the country, like I said, we all over.
We working on putting together a fall tour, probably like in November. That's gonna go to how many cities? Probably like 6, 7, like 6 or 7 cities. We working on that. Trying to get some college shows in.
Definitely.
Looking at Temple. Trying to see what's up with that. I'm working on new music. I want to really drop some more music before the end of the year. Just keep it going. Like
Yeah.
I don't like sitting on my hands for too long. So I'm already thinking about the next project, the next
Gotcha.
big project, and yeah.
Any artists out there that you want to work with that you haven't really worked with yet, or producers?
I think me and A Boogie will make some fire shit. People been telling me for a while, me and Travis will make some fire.
Definitely.
Me and Uzi can definitely make a couple bangers. Like I think Uzi's creativity goes under the radar a lot.
What I like about Uzi right now is like getting Uzi on the record is like a moment. Like when I hear him on that record with Meek, like he's still the show, and he only rapped for about 8-10 bars, but his performance on that record is like what I'm looking forward
That's
to.
what it is. It's like
Uzi has grown on me a lot.
He's that motherfucker.
It's funny. I walked in.
That motherfucker is a problem.
I walked into my gig today and I was
he ahead of his time, and people don't
like
see it yet.
I walked in. I didn't even realize I was singing the EXO tour
Yeah.
as I'm walking in. And I mean, I'm performing this shit walking into the job. And my homie was like, "Man, you singing that none of that song?" And I'm like, "Yo, man, like." He the king of Philly. Like
he's a cerebral.
he got double platinum and triple platinum songs. Then he's on one that's 5 times platinum. It's like
Without an album.
Yeah, right. You gotta let it go.
And his best rap of the year, because he can rap. People get it fucked up like that. He can't rap. Like on the what's the other record that he got with Playboy? Woke Up Like This.
Woke Up.
He
Yeah.
fucked that record up so
Definitely.
bad. Like. And I'm just like, yo, Uzi can really, really rap on top of the rock star, like performance shit. Like, he sound like a North Philly nigga on that record with Cardi. Definitely.
Yeah, that EXO tour is definitely grown on me like a motherfucker.
All right, so I mean, we gonna wrap this interview up. Anything you want to plug for you get out of here? Give me your social media, website, where they can get the album at, all that.
You can find me on all social media at Mir Fontaine, Fontane. There's no I in
I was
Fontaine.
misspelling it at first, but I found it.
It's all
I'm
good.
delivered.
So
At least you can spell your name. I'm still fucking
Matt
up.
fucking shit up every week. Don't
practice,
feel
man.
bad.
It's practice. Make sure y'all go cop Camden. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud. It's
Tidal.
everywhere. Wherever you listen to. Wherever you
Tidal?
listen to, it's on Tidal.
Yeah.
Wherever you listen to music at, you can cop it. You might as well cop a Camden hat while you at it. You can get that at mirfontaine.com.
Get the merch sales
anything
up.
else?
Dave East, August 20th.
Oh yeah, Dave East. Got a show with Dave East August 20th. Make sure y'all pull up. That's next Sunday.
Where that's at?
Where's that?
Where that joint at?
Jersey City.
Jersey
okay,
City.
North Jersey. Okay.
Jersey, pull up. Oh yeah, Denver, September 2nd.
Yeah, like I said, we got
Colorado.
a global audience,
Yeah,
man.
Colorado.
Like
I'm trying. It's all
the
right.
team's super quiet on the side. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like,
They know I smoke a lot of
spit
weed.
it
I
out.
forget shit. What else? We got Denver, Colorado, September 2nd. We get Texas Tech? Nah, not yet. All right.
we work Texas Tech.
All right,
Send
we
the
working
wire.
on you. We working on
Send,
you.
send that wire,
You know
Texas
what I
Tech.
mean?
Y'all playing games, man. This boy got that fire, man. Send that bread over, you know?
Yeah. I think I'm done.
Give it up for Mir Fontaine, y'all.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, man.
Man, go get that album, man. Go get Camden the album. That shit is fire. I'm definitely putting my stamp on that cosign. Not that it means anything, but
Definitely means something,
I
man.
like it a lot, man. Like that project dope as fuck. Like
Thank you.
I'm clearing my little music queue out. That's all I'm riding to right now.
That's what it is, man.
For sure. This week's episode of the realest podcast ever is sponsored by Nothing But Furniture. It's Nothing But Furniture for all of your furniture needs: living room, dining room, bedroom, kids room, and mattresses. Please follow at DJC Nice and Nothing But Furniture _ on Instagram. Mention the realest podcast ever and receive a 10% discount on all your furniture needs: end tables, dining room tables, basement furniture, whatever you need. He got it delivered to your doorstep. So make sure that you follow Nothing But Furniture _ on Instagram and at DJC Nice for all your furniture needs. And mention TRPE, get a 10% discount. Yo, we back. Special thanks to our guest, Mir Fontaine, just left the studio. Make sure you go out and get that album, Camden, on 300 Entertainment. It's available everywhere you can find music at. Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, and wherever else you can find music at nowadays. All right, so we did the responsible journalist thing.
It was a good interview.
Definitely.
Like, we're getting better
Yeah.
at talking to people about serious issues and serious things.
Yeah.
We can tone our fuck shit down for
For
the
30
sake-
minutes.
for the sake of the greater good.
Now it's time for some ignorance.
It was itching me. I was like, I gotta start cursing and saying crazy shit. It's like bothering
Any
me.
minute now.
Yeah.
Any minute now. I think it's only right that we start from the top, which is like the biggest number
What's
one
the top?
world issue in the news right now. Charlottesville, Virginia. Unite the Right rally yesterday. That just sounds like Hitlerish, even saying it.
It was very, very Hitler.
It's like Unite the Right rally. Apparently, the American Neo-Nazi Party descended upon the University of Virginia campus yesterday.
They have a Facebook group or something. They came from like all over the fucking
All
world.
over the country, yeah.
They were like, and I was like, people from overseas supposedly.
fuck.
Like, it was crazy. I'm like, how does this happen? Like, don't they, like, if I post a picture of, like, you know, some titties, y'all take that down instantly. How do y'all not realize
3,000 swastikas.
how do y'all not realize that these white men are linking up? Like, when Home Depot was out of tiki torches,
Nobody's alarmed.
Nobody thought, hey, we don't.
It's August.
We don't got no torches for sale. What's going on?
They cleaned us out.
my homie I work with, his brother works at Home Depot. Said he was in there today sitting when I was getting done.
Yeah.
He said his brother had him cracking up. Said he was at work today and the white guy came in and was like, "I'm looking for porch lanterns." He was like, "Tiki torches." He's like, "Yeah." He was like, "They're over there." He was like almost embarrassed to say that shit. I'm like, "Yeah, you got to get a candle."
Porch lantern.
Yeah,
no,
porch lantern.
Tiki torch, bitch. You know where the fuck you going this weekend? You know you on your way to Charlottesville. You playing games.
Yeah,
So
it's a mess down there. Man.
apparently they thought it would be a good idea to unite on the University of Virginia campus wearing khakis and polo shirts.
Yeah.
They also linked up with local and other militias from around the country. Assault rifles, pistol grip shotguns, you know, regular standard Saturday afternoon attire.
Yeah.
Nobody got like
Mace.
none of that.
Nothing.
Black folk gathered in Ferguson, peaceful protest with their weapons. All y'all niggas gotta get the fuck out of here, and you lucky we don't kill all y'all.
Yeah.
You gotta go. They brought the fucking riot gear out for niggas, but not white privilege is at its work again, right below the Mason-Dixon line.
It's like you sit back, man. At least me as I'm a black man. You know what I mean? Like, you sit back and you say to yourself, it can't be that deep. But then you see it and you like,
It is
oh,
that.
no,
It's that deep. Definitely.
Like, this shit is that deep. Like, all right, y'all. Hearing them chant "White Lives Matter" was just so, like, huh?
It's not enough.
Cause y'all told us Black Lives Matter was a gang.
Yeah.
So
It's not enough to have every advantage from the beginning of time.
from the very beginning,
It's not enough that your grandfathers and great-grandfathers and great-great-grandfathers raped and pillaged the Native Americans of this nation, raped and pillaged black people that you brought over here from Africa for the purpose of slavery, not to mention that you raped and pillaged poor white folks that you brought over as indentured servants and all that shit. None of that is enough. Like, you have you control the nation's wealth. Like, you get the fucking best jobs. You get paid more than black people, more than white women to do the same fucking job. And it's still like, you're taking our fucking rights because a couple people get hired at a Costco or whatever the fuck. And then it's like, they're taking jobs from us. Like, y'all don't even want these jobs.
the part that when it first popped off, I'm like, why are all these fucking people at University of Denver? Like, why are they there?
Yeah.
And one of my homies was like, I mean, they students. I'm like, oh shit. I thought they was like 40-year-old. Like, that's, you know, white people age crazy.
Age like police dogs.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, I thought they was like 40 and 50-year-old men. They 21.
Yeah.
They go to the school.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. And it's crazy. I remember one time we was in the poker room, me and Leakin, and we was up Parks. And white guy came up to me. We started talking. I went to school with him, whatever. And we get done talking. I turn around, Leak and Ross all them like, fuck you know him from? I'm like, school. Leak, was he a teacher? I'm like, no, we graduated together. He's like, damn, I thought boy was like 50. I'm like, no, we was in the same class.
Yeah, life be hitting them hard as a motherfucker. But it's just like, it's like you look at you examine the whole situation and just like, at its core, this doesn't make sense. But you have radical right-wing motherfuckers like Richard Spencer that spew this hate-filled rhetoric to these young millennial at that white males and have gotten them fucking so riled up like somebody's attempting to take something from them. You're on campus in a pristine town that's a college town, private white institution. You're probably paying $60,000 a year or some shit to go to UVA. Mm-hmm. You're going to get out of school. You're probably going to be a fucking engineer or some shit, go work for Amazon or Google or whatever, or your dad's law firm or whatever the fuck, go make $200,000, and you still like, the niggers and the Mexicans are taking over. No, they're not. Y'all killing us and sending us to jail before we can accomplish anything. So it's like, no. The only thing that like black folks are really, really kicking y'all ass and accelerating it is like sports and entertainment. All right, you got me.
Yeah.
You got me there. But it's like, that's the fucking minority. That shit is still a 1 in 3 million chance of making it rapping or playing ball. So it's just like, what is all the anger for? Like,
I can't. I don't know.
Like how you get mad enough to drive a Dodge Challenger with a Hemi into a crowd of people?
Yo, listen. I told Chad before we started, I don't want to get hit by a phone charger.
Right. Let alone a Dodge Charger.
Don't hit me with your phone charger. Let alone the Hemi. When he put that joint in reverse,
and you see the front hanging off, I'm like, fam, what was plan B? Were you planning to rip the front off and just drive back to Ohio?
That was Dukes of Hazzard shit.
Like, he was wilding.
Fuck
this car.
He was from Iowa, I think.
Ohio.
No, Iowa.
Oh, Iowa? Okay.
I think it was Iowa.
I thought it was, I don't know.
Same
One of the
shit.
middle America.
One of those 4-letter states. He's from somewhere out there.
I'm like, yo, son is wilding. Like, he literally, like, drove the fucking, like, right into the crowd.
Thanks, Justin.
Like, fuck it. Like, right into the crowd. I'm like, yo, this is unbelievable. Like, I couldn't believe that shit. Like, seeing it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
It's a Saturday afternoon in the summertime. It's beautiful outside.
Yeah.
Why the fuck
and that was a nice
Why the
place where
fuck are
they
you
was at.
driving into people?
Yeah.
Why are you driving into people, bro?
It was a mess.
Now, you killed one person. They didn't blame the helicopter crashing on the rally, too. So they going to find somebody to get them 2 bodies, too.
They blame the helicopter crash?
It's a helicopter crash like a couple miles away, and they're like, police have not said how it's related to the rally, but they're giving the rally the blame for the 2 murders.
Oh, wow.
So they going to pin them bodies on somebody.
That's crazy.
Probably the rally organizer. Like, y'all wilding, yo. Relax. They said like 20 people got injured. Well, yes, you're fucking right. It's a Dodge Challenger with a Hemi in it. You're gonna injure at least that many people if you drive into a crowd of people.
It's dude at my job today was like, I just don't understand how these white men can link up with these torches and all this anger, all this angst, all this vile energy. And then you got militias that are showing up strapped
to the boots.
I saw an M16 out there, but like they wasn't fucking around.
Oh.
But nothing happens from the law enforcement. And I'm like, well, society, the way it works is if you're white, you're not aggressive. You're not a threat until you're actually hurting people.
Right.
Whereas on the flip side, when you're black, you ain't got to hurt shit. Yeah. You just alive.
Yeah, Tamir Rice, 12 years old with a fake gun, murdered.
It's funny, going back again to another situation in the poker room. Me and Lee hadn't seen each other for like a couple months. We was both in Sugar House. And... you know, he seen me. I was, oh, what's up? And there was 2 white guys sitting, and they jumped. He's like, the hell, man? And I'm like, what? And I had to think about it like, oh, we're aggressive. Yeah. We were just saying hello to each other, but we're aggressive.
Can't be too passionate.
It's crazy. But
security,
the mind of those people, those men, it's just like, damn, like, why do it take you there? Here, if I can, real quick. Yeah. It's another poker room situation. This is actually an actual hand that happened at a poker table. So we're at a poker table. It's full table. It's 9 people. It's a mixed table. 4 white men, Asian woman, me, Ross was at the table, and like a black lady. And it's a not a big game, but it was a 2-5 game. So it's a nice amount of chips going on.
Right.
White guy, we get tangled up in a hand. Long story short, he tried to bluff me on the river, and he made like a huge bet on the river. He bet like 4 something on the river. And anybody who plays poker understands bluffing is telling a story. It's like when somebody comes to you like, yo, you know, I hit a little skeezer from down 51st.
She don't even know you.
No, it's like you take the, you're like, okay, but it's like nigga tell you like, you know, I hit Rihanna last night. This doesn't make sense. So it's like that's what bluffing is. It's telling a story. The story has to make sense. You didn't 3-bet pre-flop. You didn't c-bet after the flop. You under the gun and just. Oh, long story short, I knew he was full of shit. Right. So he bet out. I snap called. I had pocket 9s, turned it over, and he just sunk and mucked his hand. Ross starts laughing. I mean, falling out. So he's like, the hell is so funny? Ross like, it just was a stupid ass bluff. So I start laughing.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, the brothers got jokes today. So I'm like, all right, easy.
That's niggas.
I'm like,
that's niggas in code.
I'm like, easy with the brother shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So whatever, Ross still laughing, whatever. He's like, I still don't understand why you're still chuckling down there, guys. He's like, cause it's fucking funny. You're really pissed off at this shit. You made a dumbass bluff. You got picked off by a better player. Let that shit go.
Thought I was a stupid nigger, and then you got picked off. Now you upset.
So
now he goes hurt.
Him and Ross start going at it. So, long story short, he's like, listen, you should watch how you talk to me. And Ross like, for what? You ain't a fucking body. You talking shit? I'ma talk shit right back. So then he says, like under his breath, so you can hear it, I hope nobody gets arrested tonight. I'm pretty sure, these guys have something on them that can get them arrested. And Ross like, yeah, I hope nobody gets the shit slapped out of them tonight. So boss slams on the table and stands up like, listen, goddammit, I'm law enforcement. You need to watch how you talk to me. So Ross like, oh, cool, like, I don't give a fuck what you is. And I'm like, yeah, dog, you tripping. You taking it somewhere else because you got like that and it wasn't that. He walks off and goes get security. So security come back. They like 10 deep, standing around the table and shit. So now it's like a whole spectacle. So everybody in the program looking. So I'm chilling, we chilling. So security boy like, yeah, what's going on? What's the problem over here? I start to talk. Security boy was like, no, let me hear what he has to say. To the white boy, I'm like, you know what? I'm about to cash out and get the fuck out of here because y'all tripping. So it was an old white guy at the other end of the table. He stood up, was like, listen, this guy made an asshole bluff. He called him. They laughed. I fucking laughed. It was a stupid fucking maneuver. He got called. He felt some type of way because they were laughing, and he felt like imposing his power of him being a fucking police officer, which no one cares about.
Right. And in a poker room.
Exactly. So Bull leaves. The Bull who originally, he was like, fuck this, I'm out, I don't give a fuck, whatever. So I'm like, I just don't even understand that shit. So the older white dude was like, I mean, you know what it was about. And he taps his hand. And I'm like, of course. He was like, he wasn't mad because he lost that hand or whatever.
Lost to a
He's
black
mad
guy.
because he lost that hand to you.
Yeah.
And he was like, he lives in my area. He's like, he's a police officer.
Yeah.
I know him. I know his family. Trust me. It was because you called him. He's like, I could have called him. He would have like, great call. He's like, but you called him? No. He's like, I know his family. Trust me. And I'm just like, damn, like,
shit,
yeah, I'm gonna go cash this 8 something out real quick. But still, it's like, damn, like that shit. It doesn't leave. Even when you think it's not there, that shit is a thing.
Right.
It's just there. It's like you're always the aggressive person, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are. You could have on shoes. I'm talking about hard bottoms. You're a threat. You see this in the way the police act with you and how they don't act with them. It's a disgusting situation.
Yeah, definitely.
It was dope to see all of my white followers yesterday, like immediately coming out like, I'm not with this. You gotta get out there. You know what I mean? When something goes left in the culture, you always gotta make it like, yo, I have nothing to do with this. I'm not for it. I'm totally against the shit. Like, it was a mess.
Yeah, man. And it's just like, all of this shit is like, the craziest, not the craziest part, but one of the crazier parts of all of it is like, Trump's on vacation, just like letting the shit go down. It's like Nori said on state property, the nigga pulled 1,000 razors out his ass, start stabbing the nigga, the guard's not coming, letting this shit go down. Trump is just like, best of wishes to all the people in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Remember Original Gangster? I won't be here, I'll be at a golf course. Like, yeah, I mean, what is Trump gonna do? Like, people were literally like, oh, Trump ain't gonna tweet about this, I'm like, what the he fucking around be out there with a torch.
He out there with him.
Hold my torch.
With a hoodie on.
Hold my torch. Let me tweet real quick. I don't understand what you want Trump to say in this situation. You know where he's at. You know what his mind state is.
Yeah.
He's the reason that a lot of this shit is coming to fruition. It's like, I just don't get what people get from him tweeting during the whole shit.
Yeah. People was hitting Obama on Twitter like, hey, you don't have anything to say about this? Somebody retweeted, was like, y'all always calling black people to work when they day off. You don't work here no more. Yeah. Like, y'all playing games.
But he let loose a couple tweets about it. Like, about hate and everything and whatnot. I still don't understand how we elected that man after him. It just doesn't make sense.
It's just like America was asleep at the wheel, and it's like the same strategy basically like that Obama employed in terms of getting young people excited about voting. The Trump campaign excited young white middle Americans about voting.
Excuse me, not even young. Just
young and old.
White middle America.
Yeah. And they got them motherfuckers like, this shit gonna be different. We gonna get jobs. We gonna open these canals up, and he gonna do this, and Dakota Access Pipeline that, and man, we about to be rich again. No, you're not.
No.
He already took more vacation days than Obama did his whole fucking term.
Crazy.
Like, it ain't no jobs for y'all motherfuckers. Like,
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
How did you get here? Same Twitter. Who this?
Security.
Why are you in my mentions?
Hey, yo,
Guard.
get this motherfucker.
Like,
Talking about jobs.
talk about jobs. I got a job. My two daughters got a job. My two ugly ass sons got a job. That's all the jobs you need.
White people or something else.
Somebody, what was that? Well, I think it was last night. They had a copy of the Richard Nixon resignation letter, and they was like, they added Trump was like, yo, 43 years to the date. It's not too late. Go ahead and just turn your letter, and this shit can fit right in the tweet.
Like, my thing is, it's gonna get worse.
Absolutely. This is the first 8 months.
No, I'm talking about the race.
Oh yeah.
Because they're not getting better.
But the fact of having somebody like Trump in office makes people comfortable to feel like it's just whatever. Like we just yard out any college campus, fucking Costco parking lot, whatever. It's just like we out here.
Like we had this talks, my family and my friends, and like, when do you think racism would end if it could? I'm like, never.
Yeah.
The country was built on. That's the only thing America was built on.
Yeah.
Was racism and prejudice.
Racism and classism.
So when you have a family, like, you know, like if you like, you know, you do homes.
Yeah.
You could put up nice walls and a nice new bathroom and stainless steel, everything in the kitchen. If the foundation's shitty,
Still got a shitty
you're not gonna pass inspection.
Yeah.
And it's like that's kind of where America's at. The foundation is awful. You got 450 plus years of that bullshit.
Yeah,
you
historically
can't
speaking.
rewrite that.
Yeah.
You can't. I saw the thing the other day about the black man who taught Jack Daniels how to brew whiskey. And like his family isn't a fucking Fortune 500 family. They don't own they're not billionaires, and they said they make 122 something mil or whatever it is every year, every quarter or some shit like that. That family ain't getting none of that. It's like this country is built on that.
Yeah.
Black people built the White House. This country built on that. Like a White House that didn't house a black president until 2008.
The Asians built the railroads, including the ones in Nazi Germany.
Crazy. It's like when things are built off of classism, sexism, prejudice, hate, you can't unravel that.
Yeah, because the only way that system continues to prevail is if you keep perpetuating the same stereotypes.
Exactly.
White is better than black. White is better than yellow or brown or whatever. White people were smart. You know what I'm saying as long as they have this system in place, they gotta that continues to make money and make money and make money, and keep people divided. They're going to keep perpetuating the same stereotypes.
I remember
again.
old head at my job was like talking about the difference between black and white. He's like, you don't even realize how subconscious it is, but it's there. It's never going anywhere. He was like, you do it as black people. He's like, right now, if that door opened and it was a white baby, like a white 2-year-old, came walking into the room, everybody would be like, hey, little fella, you lost? Whose kid is this? What? Come on, let's find your parents. He's like, if a black kid came, you'd be like, who the fuck's baby is this? Like, you subconsciously is just the way you are.
Yeah.
It's like you don't even realize that it's just how the world is. White is presumed right, black is presumed bad.
Yeah. Don't let you be black and raise your voice.
Yeah.
Or express any form of vitriol.
Yo, cop told me one night to calm down, and I didn't say anything. It was perplexing because I looked at my girl. I'm like, did I speak? She was like, no. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking? Like, he literally like, calm down, buddy. I'm like, y'all didn't say nothing. Calm down. like I said,
calm down again.
Like I said, calm the fuck down. Like, what? That was the night they put me in the cuffs for the whole
the Plymouth meeting
shit.
shit.
Yeah, the whole credit card debacle.
Yeah, I used to have a bad problem with cussing the police out. Once people start dying again in record numbers, I cut that shit out. I used to cuss the police out all the time, especially in like Roxborough and Manayunk.
Yo,
fuck you pulling me over for,
the
bitch.
shit that happens, dog, true story. Lady, I'm walking out the crib. This is when I had my black caddy, the DTS. I'm going to work. So I'm coming out. I'm walking to my car. Bitch puts her car in reverse. I'm like, what the fuck? She runs right into the back of my car. I'm standing 15 feet away from it. I'm pissed, but I'm not raging mad because my whole thing is if I wasn't out here, you'd have skated. Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
So I come over. I look in the driver's, like in the window. I'm looking at her. She's like, please, no. I'm like, What?
You hit my car, bitch.
I'm like, yo, get the fuck out and give me your insurance. You got insurance, right? She's like, no, please, I don't have any cash. I'm like, cash?
You hit my car.
Do you have insurance? Where do you have insurance? This bitch locked the door and was like, I'm calling the cops.
Call him, thank you.
I'm like, cool, all right, whatever. So she's sitting on the center console in she got a Malibu. Calls the cops. Cop shows up, older white dude. I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, just take it easy, buddy. I'm like, here we go with this shit. He goes over to her. She gets to the car. She's like, yeah, he was so mad. I didn't know what to do. So I called the cops. He's like, no, you're fine. Don't worry about it. I'm like, yo, can you get this bitch's insurance so I can go to, I'm going to work.
Right.
Because the car ain't mangled. Like, it's just the trunk and shit. I'm like, get her fucking insurance so I can put this claim in. He's like, yo, take it easy, dude. I'm like, dog, you keep telling me to take it easy. Like, what the fuck is the purpose in that? He was like, all right, let me see your license, insurance, registration to me. I'm like
she hit my car,
like,
motherfucker.
That's where I'm at. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm going off now. He's like, listen, dude, you need to calm down, all right? Just get your paperwork. I'm like, tell her to get her fucking paperwork.
She hit me.
She hit the parked car. This is just stupid. Black cop bull pulls up. We in my complex.
Yeah.
Where I live down, Black cop pulls up. He gets out. So he hears the whole back and forth. White boy says, listen, you don't calm down, I'm going to put you in cuffs. I'm going to sit you on the side on the curb. Black boy was like, you ain't putting him in cuffs. My man got on a fucking SEPTA uniform.
Right.
Cool the fuck out. Like, what's the whole issue? And I'm like, I'm still waiting for her insurance. We don't even know if she has
Right.
insurance. This has been going on for 40
Because you haven't
minutes.
asked her for shit.
Black boy gets the insurance. He writes everything down, gives it to me. Filed a claim. Her insurance had lapsed, of course. So I had to handle it through my own insurance. But it was just so nutty, and it's just like, for what? But then she's 140-pound white woman.
Right.
I'm a 300-pound black man, and it's just a bad look. And it's nothing that's going to change that. Not when you already aggressive just being black.
Right.
And that I tell people all the time, like, me and you have had talks about
All the time.
it. I've dealt with shit and seen shit you couldn't even fathom. Because
Right.
you're not a big, dark-skinned dude. It's just different. The sayings are different. I said it the other day. I don't like when white people that aren't Hulk Hogan call me brother. It pisses me off. Don't do that.
Code word for nigger.
Told you boy to poke to yo. All right, I see the brothers got joke. Like, yo, stop. Cause for what? Cause I'm not even there with you.
Right.
So it's deep. And I don't think we've ever really gotten into the race issue here on this. But
We need brother Mitch for the race issue. He said, "Oh no."
I love Mitch.
We need
man.
brother Mitchell Chance for that one.
You see Mitch. What's up with you, man? You still got white friends? I'm out, Mitch. I ain't got time for this.
Go ahead conversing with these white devils.
Yeah, but
You're a disgrace to your race, brother.
I was saying we could have Mitch come up, be our like little personal Umar, personal little
We're
Umar.
gonna shut this show down the same night. You think we banned from countries down? We could be banned from iTunes. Like, what is this?
Yo. But I don't even know what to say because it's just a disgusting situation, man. It's trifling. People losing their lives over this shit.
Yeah.
And this is the crazy part. I see people today like finding out where all these white guys work.
Yeah, I saw that thread.
It's like professors at colleges and shit. Like,
Motherfucker worked for Alabama engineering department and
Dog.
shit like that. It's like, yo, these are the people that are in charge of influencing the next generation.
Dog.
Or they are the next generation if they're currently in college. This is what they think of, you know what I'm saying, the other races that make up this fake melting pot fucking here in America. When realistically it's more so like a big ass buffet platter where it's like you got this over here, it's not really much of a melting pot.
no.
You know what I'm saying? At all. So, pray for America. Not just pray for Virginia. Pray for America. This shit is fucked up out here right now,
Pray
man.
for everybody.
Yeah, like, seriously. I kind of, like, decompressed from, like, keeping up with Trump. Like, we covered Trump a lot in the beginning of this podcast. Like, our first 6 shows all had something to do with Trump in one way or another.
I ain't going. I just want to say this one thing. I'm not going to lie. I don't fuck with Trump. I don't fuck with anything Trump has going on. And he's such a bad person and a bad leader that he doesn't need to be president. And we're funny guys, and I feel like that's one of the problems with the black culture, the black race, is that we joke a little too much when things are serious, when things are going on. But I feel like at the same time we learned through slavery to joke laugh and dance.
Enjoy the
and
moments that you can get
through the pain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I get it. When I saw him the other day with his arms folded like North Korea, and when he said North Korea best not, I fell a fucking. I ain't gonna hold you. I fell out laughing. Like, yo, Trump really off the fucking chain.
Like I can't
He
lie.
said
Like
they best not.
I haven't really kept up with exactly what is the thing. Like is this just part of the bigger ongoing thing between them? Like
Him and Kim
they keep
Jong-un,
like jumping at each other. Like you swing, no, you swing.
knock this off my shoulder, pussy. That's the tip they on.
Smack my hat.
Yeah.
If it's beef, smack my hat.
Cross
nigga.
this line, but I'll smack the shit out you. And they basically are just woofing. It's wolf tickets with each other, and it's just nutty. I watched a documentary on North Korea, and like basically Kim Jong-un has like everybody over there like shook.
Yeah.
They think he's like a real like vicious bull.
Yeah,
Because, you know, he controls everything they read,
Yeah.
everything they see, everything they hear. Like, it's real strict over there. So it's like, that's why, like, movies like The Interview, which, like, pegged him as, like, a joke, can't come the fuck out. Because they can't see that.
right,
Because I'm not a joke.
right.
You know what I mean?
Motherfucking Eric B and Rakim, nigga. I ain't no joke.
And Kim Jong-un head, he Nino, like, when he let the Rottweiler go and start jumping rope with the leash. That's what's going through his head. But he's really not that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So... The both of them, man, just need to go in rice and then in fucking water. It's like it's just stupid. But yeah, Trump basically told North Korea, "We locked and loaded. Y'all best not be y'all best not.
Y'all best not is hilarious.
Like the fucking y'all really. This goes back to you know the left wingers. Y'all condemned Obama and Barack and Michelle. They're probably the two smartest president and first lady ever. I don't think people realize there's only been one first lady ever who has 2 Ivy League degrees. Right. It's Michelle Obama. Right. They're brilliant people. Now you got Melania, who is not a born American, and Trump up there talking about, y'all best not be. Think about how ridiculous that is.
Like, you know, Oklahoma field house
Yo.
fucking where y'all best not
be talking about no war shit, because we locked and loaded over here. Keep it up. It's a mess. It's a whole mess.
let one firecracker off. See
Yo.
what happened.
It hasn't been a full year.
It's the beginning of August.
It's like, I think he just hit his 200th day, because I tweeted it the other day, and I like 200th day. Like, it's literally been 200 days. My man got to do 1,400 of these. It's crazy.
Motherfucker got the most tenuous presidential.
I've never seen anything like it. It just
like
doesn't
reign
even
of
make
all
sense.
time.
Everybody
Him elected president doesn't make sense. Like nothing about none of this makes sense.
Everybody done quit or got fired or just is missing.
He ready to fire people's replacements for people that got fired.
Yeah. Crazy.
You getting on my nerves, Jeff Sessions. You might gotta go, bro. Your time is limited. Say too much and see what happened to you.
It's a mess. Go back to episode 9, Realest Podcast Ever. It's a mess. Like, that shit is crazy, man. I really don't even know what to say about it. It's like, I hope for the best because we live here.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It's just, things are getting bad. Things are getting really terrible.
It's rough. All right, man. And
Trump said, best not. That's just funny.
That's hilarious.
That's never going to not be funny.
In Streets Gotta Eat news, apparently Zach Randolph is the plug.
Yo, Zach Randolph, that little picture with the little trap phone is the funniest shit on earth now. I get it.
He really was like...
Because remember they was grinding him up like, why the fuck is he on that little ass phone?
Now we know.
Now you go over there and get the bread, dog.
The
like
fact that Zach Randolph is doing pickups and drop-offs
with pounds is hilarious.
The part of all of like, yo, you that much don't trust nobody. I'm gonna pick the shit up myself. NBA superstar Zach Randolph. Ain't nobody searching the car. So what? I'm smoking 9 L's before and after I get there to pick up my 40 pounds.
Yeah. Was it 40?
It was like it was at least like 20. They said because of the amount is why they gave him the intent to deliver charge. But I mean, I know what that is. That's for the homies. Like that's
much.
I mean, you know, in
Dogs,
Cal.
what thugs say? Selling dog food, trying to feed my pups.
Trying to feed my pups.
Yeah.
That's all that is. Where he ain't wrong for doing it because weed is basically legal in California. Get the card, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, get the card. Don't carry more than the maximum. Make a couple trips, dog. Like, but he was doing what the street niggas do. He was going up to the motherfucking mountains. Give me 10 sour
Entourage?
diesels.
I got a Sherpa.
Give me 10 sour diesels. Give me 10 Louis the 13th OGs. Pack them the fuck up, man. I gotta go. I got practice.
Shout out to Hoffa. He home. He in the church.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I got motherfucking I got Drew League tonight. Y'all gotta hurry up with this shit. Y'all taking
Who
long
is
as
Zach
shit.
Randolph with now?
Sacramento. He
yeah.
just signed a 2-year,
Yeah.
$24 million deal. That's weed. That's Humboldt County,
Yeah,
baby.
Humboldt County.
He said, so you mean to tell me?
Knock you on the ass. It's from South Africa.
So you mean to tell me I don't gotta ship my weed no more? I can just go up the street and pick it up?
Fuck around was in a Bonneville.
Why
Something
you didn't say
stupid.
shit sooner, nigga? I'll be there in an hour, nigga.
Zach Randolph.
Up in the motherfucking mountains,
Fuck
man.
around had a headband on. Like 2000. Yo. 6'10" nigga with a headband
What
on.
seems to be the problem,
Picking
officer?
the weed up.
We got you clocked coming in and out of the toll in the last 30 minutes. What the fuck is going on here? Oh, nothing's going on. You mind if we search the car? I absolutely mind if you search the car. We're going to go ahead and search the car, Zach Randolph. What are these? Oh, nothing?
Who got? That's how they got D'Angelo with the tolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit is real.
Brianna, you sent him up there by himself to pick up a brick? Nah, it wasn't even like that.
Supposed to send him with a trailer.
Exactly.
Playing games.
Yeah, you playing games.
Playing
Playing games.
Playing games.
Yeah.
Like, man, why? Like, come on, Zach. You ain't wrong for what you did, but you wrong for going by yourself, man. You supposed to be the trail car, not the motherfucker with the weed, dog. You supposed to follow the car that got the weed in it, make sure that nobody get behind them, can't nobody pull them over. If anything, they pull you over, you in the clean car. Playing fucking games, man. Smarten up, Zach. It's gonna be a long 2 years in Sacramento with this nigga up the street from the plug.
They charged him, right?
Yeah.
So it's like he got a whole case
He got a
now.
whole case. I mean, he probably gonna spend the whole season fighting the shit, but
I don't know, dog. Like an intent to deliver with 20 plus.
they gave me intent to deliver. That shit is like,
Hey, you only have 20 plus.
well, yeah, but I had something else on me.
Yeah.
Controlled substance, but yeah, I mean, he should be. I mean, it's weed in California. It's like damn near like getting busted with like too many Washington apples in
Did
Washington.
I ever tell you when I used to do? I had the Dobbin school tripper, and this is when I first started, and like nobody would pick it because the Dobbin kids was like bad as shit.
Yeah,
and
of course
I
they
came,
was.
huh?
Of course they was.
Yeah, and I came out there like my first day, and they was acting wild as shit, doing all this crazy shit, throwing shit. You know, I got hit with a bottle, and I like snapped, and I literally the next day. They all got on the bus, and I came and sat in the back because we supposed to leave the school. We supposed to get there like 2:50, leave at 3:05 or whatever. And I came back and sat with him, and I was like, look, let me talk to y'all about life, man, and how it worked. And I explained to him, how growing up I made certain bad decisions, and I got locked up, and I did 3, and I got out and, like, changed my whole life around. And they was like, damn, OG, that's crazy. You did 3 years, got accepted. That's what's up. Now, they don't know I was only in there for 3 hours.
But 3.
But I told them I did 3 and got out and changed my life. These little stupid motherfuckers really was
Like,
believing
damn,
me.
OG, you got the street cred. You got the juice now. We're going to be good.
And we was cool as shit after that.
We're going to be good. Don't worry, because it's the same kids every day. Once you lock them in, you straight.
Exactly. But, yeah, man.
I did 3, man. It was rough, man.
3 long motherfuckers, dog. Most motherfuckers I know ain't got 3 in them, dog.
Damn, OG, you did 3. You work for SEPTA. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You must got your lawyer a beast, ain't he?
Yeah, got all that shit expunged, dog. I was talking
Young
crazy.
niggas be worried about all the wrong shit.
Yeah.
Your lawyer a beast, ain't he? Why are you worried about having a criminal defense attorney? You 14.
Yeah.
No, you never know, man. Niggas be trying me, man. Niggas be playing games,
Shit crazy, man. I hope Zach Randolph get past that, man.
I hope so too, man.
I don't want to see Zebo doing a 3, not a real 3.
a real 3.
That would stink.
The good news is, it look like Sacramento not gonna void his contract, so he all right.
Yeah, I mean, I think once you sign anything in NBA,
Yeah.
Well, no, you got the
Morality
clause. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why none
It's
of
not
them
like
can,
the NFL though.
Yeah, that's why none of them can do strip clubs and shit like that and promote it. Fucking
Yeah.
morality clause. That's fucked up a lot of my parties.
You want to stay on sports real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Zeke got suspended.
6 games for allegedly beating his bitch.
It kind of goes back to what we were talking to at the beginning, man, like black and white. Because Ben Roethlisberger, like,
Raped 2 chicks.
Ben Roethlisberger has took the pussy on more than one occasion.
Yeah, absolutely. Ben Roethlisberger is like approaching Bill Cosby of the NFL status.
Real talk.
And no suspension.
No.
No suspension, no time off, none of that shit.
What was the kicker ball from the Giants?
Oh, was it Philly?
I don't
want to fucking wrongly accuse the
I know
wrong
he's beating
kicker.
the hell out of his wife.
Brown. Jay Brown.
Yeah,
Josh Brown.
Josh Brown. There
Josh
you go.
Brown
Thanks,
admitted to beating his wife's ass for 20 years. Admitted it. I was a narcissist, egomaniac. I used to beat my wife for any reason or for no reason, blah, blah, blah. No suspension.
I miss a kick.
We did get one game, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he got a game, did he?
One game.
One game?
One game. Zeke allegedly had an incident with his girlfriend. No formal charges filed. None of that shit. NFL did their own independent investigation. 6 games, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you doing with this white queen?
Fuck is you doing rushing for 1,800 your first year, bitch? Like,
oh, so you one of them smarty art niggas? You one of them talented niggas? Okay,
I got
now we
you.
gonna sit you down for 6, nigga. Break another record.
He gonna appeal it. He just said he had 3 days to appeal it. He gonna
Yeah.
appeal it, and he probably gonna lose.
I mean, like that's creep. I like.
I never seen nothing like it.
My thing is this, like, it's all until if something doesn't reach the burden of police level or law enforcement where charges are filed.
Speak on it.
How then does your employer have the right to impose such a harsh penalty on you? Like, if anything, it should be like 1 or 2 games, like, for being a dickhead and even getting wrapped up in this shit and not knowing when to walk away or whatever the fuck the situation is. But to say, like, yo, you about to lose 40% of your fucking season because you picked the wrong girl is like, that shit is extreme to me.
Yeah.
So it's just like, the NFL is your Lord and Savior. Fuck law enforcement. Like, we don't care what law enforcement say. 6 games,
And
motherfucker.
it's like, I don't want anybody to hear this and think like we're capping for
Not at all.
beating bitches' heads in and shit like that. I'm not with that. Did you hear Zero tape?
I'm not listening. I keep hearing horrible things about the tape. I'm cool.
Yo, I'm mad I listened. It completely fucked up my Zero music collection. Like, I don't even look at Bull the
Gotta
same.
delete everything. I gotta delete the
I
whole
ain't gonna-
discography.
like, dog, that nigga needs to go away. That nigga was drawling. So it's like that shit, when it's actual proof that something went down, especially that bad,
Right.
yeah, dog, you a clown. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, you
I don't
gotta
fuck
go.
with you. You gotta go.
I hope the police smack your head on the fucking police car. I hope they kick you out the paddy wagon when they go to book you. All that shit.
Because that shit just not cool. When you as a man imposing your will and your strength
Yeah.
on a woman just on the strength, that's corny as shit.
Right.
My joint with Zeke is nothing. Even like Greg Hardy, I wasn't all the way cool with.
Yeah.
But there's been no proof from the Zeke shit. There's like, the cops haven't even been like, yo, we gonna charge you.
Yeah.
So that's the part that's kind of nutty for me. Like, damn, 6 games for this shit. So he's appealing it. We'll see what the fuck happens. You kind of already know the way it's gonna go.
Yeah. All right. We give you 5.5.
Yeah, should have been Ezekiel Roethlisberger or something. He'd have been cool. But Marshawn sat yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's big news because Marshawn has always been that bull. Like,
Yeah.
my thing is this: after all that's transpired in the last, I don't know, since Kaepernick started the kneeling,
Right.
do y'all not see the reason in why Kaepernick was kneeling? Dude, like, that's my joint.
They don't give a fuck.
That's really where it's at.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
But
We
don't tell me you don't see an issue. Don't say that.
Stop resisting. That's like their favorite joke. Like, stop resisting and you won't get killed by the police. Well, what about when we have videotape proof that there was no resistance and there was no immediate danger for the police and you still die? Stop resisting.
Like, I can't think of his name offhand, and I feel embarrassed that I can't. But the guy in, I believe it was South Carolina, the cop shot in the back 8 times.
Oh yeah, when he had the car trouble.
And he ran from the cop.
Yeah.
Like, the cop basically did the report saying that he reached for the taser, and that didn't happen.
Yeah.
The guy was physically ran from the cop, and the cop shot him 8 times in the back, and then came over and threw the taser on top of him. The only reason this came out, remember the bull was in the bushes.
Yeah.
He was in the bushes filming on his phone.
Yeah.
The cop and 3 other police wrote the incident the same way as the cop did.
Yeah,
He
of course
reached for
they
the.
did.
But then when it like
Blue Lives Matter.
they charged him with murder, and
Yeah.
I think they charged all the rest of them
With
like accessory and shit like that. But that doesn't even come to light if main man ain't in the bushes with a fucking iPhone.
Just like recently, it was a situation in Baltimore. This one group of cops had like 39 arrests that got thrown out because
I saw they planting drugs,
planting drugs on people, and they thought that they was manipulating the body cam, but not realizing that whenever you respond to an incident, the body cam pick up 30 seconds before you click it or whatever the fuck the case may be. So it's just like technology fucking in that particular instance like saved all these fucking people from prosecution. But it's like, yo, these are the type of people that you have in law enforcement with this level of vitriol that's just like, fuck niggas.
That's the word for the week, right?
Yeah,
there.
like fuck niggas. Like I'm gonna just do whatever I want out here. I'm God on the street. Like I'm gonna just do whatever.
And looking back to that day at the poker table when the guy was like, he's a cop in my county.
It's like, I don't give a fuck.
He's like, trust me. He was like, I know what it was about. And it's like, it's scary because he gonna hop in his cruiser with a gun
And the first
and
black
cuffs.
face he see.
And you never know what the fuck he gonna get into or what the fuck. I'm telling you, that night when they put me in cuffs, they had me out there on 70th and Elmwood. It was like 7 Plymouth meeting cops. I'm talking, they came to Southwest.
Yeah.
And the Philly cop, the Philly sergeant, they all like, all right, yeah, it's clearly not you. Your story clearly is in line. Like, you're going to fuck. This doesn't even make sense at this point.
And they like, well, wait.
And the detective, I'm talking about, he was close enough to fucking smell my breath. He was like, you got nothing you want to tell me? And I'm like, dog, fuck you. Like, that's what I want to tell you. And the black cop was like, yo, chill. I'm like, no, dog, like, this is retarded at this point. Yeah. And he's still going, if I find out you were involved, dog, go fuck yourself. And that's the shit that Kaepernick is doing, is the people who literally go outside. Like, you talk about the young men are waking up, going outside, scamming. The cops are doing the same thing. They're waking up, going to work, putting on their fucking vest and their uniform.
Whose ass can I kick today?
One of our close peoples who I'm gonna put him out there, but he's a cop.
Yeah.
He told me he heard him in the academy. They was gonna do. I can't wait to get on the street and bust some skulls. Like, yo, you're tripping. You going out there for the wrong reason.
They think it's 1937. Like they really think it's motherfucking it's the Great Depression on this motherfucker. We go out here bust some skulls and take some names. Like, no, you not.
I'm gonna go out here and bust some fucking skulls.
It's just like, man, it's like, yo, this is why the police and the community relationships are the way that they are, because nobody wants to actually be the true essence of a police officer and go out here and ingratiate themselves into the community and get to know the people that they patrol. And it's like, yo, you work the same beat every motherfucking day, usually for like 3 to 6 months at a time or some shit like that, barring a promotion or some drastic change in your shit. Like, get to know the fucking people, I'm saying the business owners, the people, the neighborhood watch people, the older people. Get to know who these people are so that you're not just out here just on some renegade shit and literally like busting fucking heads. Like,
I remember cop man Hospital, he was cool as shit in the Southwest. He was out like Penrose area, Elmwood and shit. And he was cool and motherfucker. Like, knew all of us, knew everybody by name and shit. Like, he was all right. And I remember one day, me and my man Ray, we was sitting in the car smoking weed right in front of his crib. And all these cops came out of nowhere. Apparently, somebody called and was like, we had a gun. And
it's always a gun with a black guy.
Yeah, mind you, there's no gun. We were just smoking weed sitting in the car. Yeah. And I mean, it was cops everywhere. And like, they was all guns drawn, acting a fool. And Hospital was one of them. Like, he like got up, I was like, I know these guys, man. They ain't got no gun, and put your gun down. Cool as shit. And just ended it. And it was just like, yeah, just because we know him and he said so. He's like, man, they ain't fucking hurting nobody. And it's like, yeah, like, it's no reason to go through the bullshit. Right. But some cops really just don't understand that.
They be bullshit first and then figure everything else out later. Like, if I got to throw drugs on you, if I got to throw a taser on you, if I got to, you know what I'm saying? If I got to call somebody that wasn't even the fuck here as a witness, whatever I got to do to cover my ass and to protect this shield, that's what the fuck I'm going to do. And crazy, that's the problem with, like, the police and the police and the community, the inner city community relationship right now is just like, you got all these, like, and it's not rogue police officers. That's the system. The rogue police officers are the ones that's like, yo, chill. Yeah. Those are the ones that's like, yo, chill. Like, fuck you mean? Like, you on some shit, boy. Like, chill. We out here whooping ass. Like,
what some shit, boy.
Like, I got a 15 nigga a week quota. You playing games. Like,
Jack Del Rio said that Marshawn told him, I ain't stood for that shit in
11 years.
And I could just see Marshawn
And
saying
they said
that.
the difference between Marshawn and Kaepernick is Marshawn ain't talking to the media. So the fact that what the NFL is really mad about and trying to undermine is the fact that Cap went to the media and told him, this is why I'm not standing. This country is fucked up. Da 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 da. Institutional racism, police brutality. This da 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 da. And it's just like, we fix this nigga next season. We'll see what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Cutler
Just got 10.
just got a 10. Probably to ride the bench.
Yeah.
You know why? Because his old offensive coordinator is the coach of the fucking Dolphins. Even though all these football people, you watch ESPN, you watch FS1, they all like, no, Cap would probably be a better fit for the Miami Dolphins for what they trying to do. There's some damage control to do because of the Castro comments and the shirt and all that shit. They can work through that. He's a better fit for the team. No, Jay Cutler.
No, hell no.
Career loser.
Yeah.
Jay Cutler. We don't want an ex-Super Bowl quarterback. Fuck that.
No.
Jay Cutler.
Not one that's going to sit down and come in here with braids and a fro. Nah.
Like, Jay Cutler looked like he just took 10 bong rips when he got up to the fucking podium.
They said they had to talk him in because he was going to be like a
Yeah.
commentator.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith said he's a horrible quarterback. I have no doubt that he would have been a horrible commentator. Like Stephen A. he was killing it.
Shit.
He's like, I have no doubt in my mind he's gonna be a horrible commentator.
That's fucking hilarious.
I was like, God damn.
Hey, honestly, I really am not even hyped for football. Like,
Nah, I'm cool. I'm
cool.
I don't plan it. I'm waiting for the NBA to come back.
Real shit. Like, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, it's funny because football was my favorite sport, like, growing up, and, like, basketball was later on. But in the last couple of years, and honestly, I keep it a beam with you, I think football going to be done in, like, the next 15 years. Y'all already can't fucking hit nobody. You already can't celebrate when you touchdown.
Yep.
You already got so many bad calls that always got to go to review. You have no superstars. Let's just keep it a bean. The superstars of the league are gone. You got, like, the Cowboys to me are fun to watch because I'm a Cowboys fan. But it's like, he's on the back nine.
Yeah.
Zeke and Dak is fun to watch just because of the two, but they're not next level superstars.
Right.
Like the Randy Mosses, Adrian Petersons, all of that shit is done.
Because it's like, as good as Odell Beckham is, he ain't Randy Moss.
No.
He ain't must-see TV.
No.
You'll watch the highlights if you catch it, but I ain't watching no motherfucking Giants game.
Duh, I watched a game. I was watching, not a game, but I was watching Moss highlights the other day. Moss literally had a game where he had 4 catches, and each catch was 60-plus yards. Like, he was doing shit like that, so you had to watch it. And then you factor in the CTE shit.
Yep.
Football is going to be in a toilet in the next 15 years, yo. It just is.
I mean,
what
I
it
just
is.
think that it's been a total abuse of power on behalf of the league from Tagliabue and then now to Roger Goodell as far as, like, them just doing whatever the fuck they want, like sweeping shit under the rug.
And like Just was saying, like, when football season starts, we got to figure out a new day. I'm like, just turn the shit on and leave.
Send somebody else here.
I'll be here. I can be here on a Sunday. I don't give a fuck about
I give
football.
a fuck about football season.
I'm just somewhere else when it comes to football now. It's like I'm just over the whole league.
Like, I'm happy that the NBA has expanded its game so much to where it's like almost like 11 out of 12 month coverage of the NBA because it keeps me interested.
Even the summer league this year, like Lonzo turned the summer league upside
turned
down.
it to a fucking thing.
Yeah,
like,
so
he was selling out summer league. You got Drew League. You got
how about it? Like, but you look at my thing with the NFL is the fact that there are no black owners. There probably is never going to be one.
Yeah, the one time they had a qualified black owner, they dug all up in his shit and was like, "Oh no, you're out of here."
Like, wait,
you had 4 parking tickets back in 1972.
Your mom was on welfare.
Your mom's on welfare. You had sex with a white woman unprotected in Alabama, in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Dog.
You're out of here.
But my thing is, like, you look at Clippers owner
Sterling
Swiftly
got him the
did
fuck
all that
out of the
bullshit.
league.
You
gotta
fuck
go
out of here, dog. But Jim Irsay completely went off his rocker.
Yeah, pills, car crashes, DUIs, all that shit.
It's whatever. And it's just like, nah, man, like, things have to change. At least, like, things have to somewhat get
Like,
better.
my thing be this, like, at least fake it like you fuck with us. Like, the league is 75% black. Like, at least
More than
pretend that you fuck with us a little bit.
One thing I saw that was big this week was the boycotting of the NFL. People wanted to boycott because Kaepernick didn't get a job. And I posted a picture the other day on my Instagram. It's Kaepernick and Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, Chris Jackson for all my old heads.
Yeah.
They're holding a picture of Bill Russell, Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown, all the prominent black athletes of the 60s. Jesse Owens was there. Like Jesse Owens was a little bit early, but he was there. All the prominent black. Only person who wasn't there was OJ.
Okay.
Everybody's in this picture, and they were all coming together to fight for civil rights and the injustices that were going on in the black community. And that picture just spoke volumes to me. Volumes. Because this ain't a diss. You know I'm a fan of LeBron. You know I'm a fan of Adrian Peterson. You know I'm a fan of, I don't know, give me another big black athlete. Kobe, Floyd, all these. But if black athletes had the courage that Bill Russell and Jim Brown, you realize Jim Brown knew when that shit happened, like, I'm not going to be a politician. I'm probably not going to become an owner of a franchise. I'm probably not going to be, you understand that. But the greater good of the black race meant more to them. It would be so, like, somebody said the other day, like, yo, the NFL 90-something% black. Could you imagine if they just boycotted? Yeah. Like, yo, we're not taking the field as a show.
You can't find, the NFL is too big. You can't find enough athletes of the NFL caliber to replace these guys.
And what I told my homie was, what he made me think of when he said this shit was, you remember Chappelle's show? Remember the episode when they gave black people reparations? And Dave Chappelle was a white dude doing this. He was like, in sports, the New York Knicks played the Philadelphia 76ers, but since none of the black players showed up, Trevor Knight played one-on-one with Todd McCullough. I was like, that's really what the fuck sports would look like. Like, if none of the black players showed up, that shit would really be Dirk one-on-one with Porzingis for an NBA game. That's really what it would look like. But they would never do that.
Motherfucking Jose Calderon versus Matthew Dellavedova.
Dog, real shit.
You gotta suffer through that shit.
It'd be crazy. Mozgov, one-on-one.
That's why I'm glad that my favorite sport basketball handles shit the way that they do. They don't fuck around with bigotry and fucking racism and all that shit. You show blanketed examples of being a piece of shit human being, you gotta go, because we got a greater goal here. We got a global game. We trying to ingratiate India and China into this game. We not gonna accept no forms of racism. You gotta get the fuck out of here. Period. Like, we not going for that shit.
To a certain extent, it's like I remember when Bron, Chris Bosh, was it Bron? No, Bron, Wade, Melo, and Chris Paul when they took the stage. At the SBC. It's like, that was dope. I want to see more of it.
The Clippers, when the Donald Sterling shit happened, the Clippers should have boycotted at least one game and not played. Like,
at least one.
Forfeit the game. Fuck it.
At least one.
You don't want to sell the team? All right, cool. Watch this. We're not playing. We're not playing for you.
Because I don't even like the fact that out of that he made $2 billion.
Right.
Like, I don't even like that. Dude made more money than my family ever had. Like, in a
being a racist piece of shit.
Like, yeah. it just... It's deep. We've been on a lot of race shit this episode. The country's in turmoil, man.
A lot of race shit going on.
Like, Jesus, man. You want to talk about something different?
Yeah, in Nubian White Queen news, Kylie Cosmetics has made $420 million in retail sales in only 18 months. She literally just turned 20, I think, on Thursday or Friday. And she's basically the head of $1 billion company now. Mm-hmm. And they're saying that the company projected to make $1 billion by 2022 and then $1 billion every single year after. And her mother, Kris Jenner, the Virgin Mary, she actually showed proof, documented proof of the sales. Like, we ain't bluffing. Like, we putting these numbers on the board. Y'all can bullshit with rap if you want.
Motherfuckers.
Get the fuck out of here, Tiger.
Yeah.
Bullshit with rap if you want. And it's just like, how you don't get her pregnant, dog?
Yeah, Tiger. You had a top-of-the-line Nubian White Queen.
Top of the line. The new model, the 2018 model. He had the 2018 model in 2016.
Like, you had a YBOD Nubian White Queen.
You had the motherfucking what's the new the Maybach 6 Vision?
Yeah.
You had the Maybach 6 Vision in 2016, brother. You had a prototype. Then you just gotta run around and just fuck strippers again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How far they fall. Travis Scott, you know what I'm saying, do one solid for the black race. You gotta get her pregnant, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you take anything, if you ever come across the show, just tag Travis Scott to the show.
Yeah, do that.
You know what I'm saying? We need Travis Scott to hear this. You gotta get Kylie pregnant, bro. If not, you're a failure to your race. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to trade you for Justin Bieber. I'm gonna trade you and Tiger for Justin Bieber and future considerations.
Damn. Billion every year.
Yeah.
Can we stay on Nubian White Queens?
Yeah.
We actually got a question this week about Nubian White Queens. Yeah, that's funny.
Because we've been hashtagging NWQ on everything.
People been asking me left and right, what does that mean? I'm like, Nubian White Queen.
My man actually knew what it was. He was like, does that mean Nubian White Queen? Yes, it does.
Chad understands my my Walnut Streetage. Like
Shout out to Hillary Duff.
Yeah, the Nubian White Queens be out on Walnut Street. It's like a whites only gathering place on like 7th and Walnut. Like every Friday it's a red carpet. It's called the Curtis.
Okay.
And every Friday it's a red carpet Nubian White Queen event. And I picked up on it like maybe 8 Fridays ago. Like, why is always all these valet little Puerto Ricans and Mexicans out here?
Pull
and
over,
shit?
get a peek.
And it's always a red carpet. And then like my last trip, you can see them all starting to show up in gowns and shit. I don't know. Like every Friday, there's something going on there. But
That's lit.
It's the craziest shit ever. Yeah. But Amber Rose dropped her own sneaker with Reebok.
Very luxe, rich-looking sneakers, pony
They
hair.
do look
Looks
good,
good.
yeah.
It's got the gold accents and shit on there, the little gold tips on the shoelaces, and y'all are still ugly. Amber's dropping shoes with Reebok, and y'all are still ugly.
I mean, yeah, y'all still hit.
Yo, some chick came for me the other day on Twitter and was like, number one, she had a blacked out Abby. That was number one. I know you ugly. You got a black.
What's crazy is you get a lot of chicks that come for you.
Oh yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
know why. But.
So number one, you got a blacked out Abby. You ugly. Number two, you're following more people than are following you, and you're a woman. You're ugly. Number three, you're looking for strangers to argue with on the internet because I don't know you from nowhere. You're ugly.
What did she say to you?
She was like, it's like I know. I was like, something to the effect of. Amber Rose wasn't lying or some shit like that. She's like, you got some nerve and this. And I was like, no, I really don't. And then she's like, whatever typical, women don't do shit but call you ugly or call you a faggot. So it's something along those lines. And I was like, ma'am, what you fail to understand is that as long as these beautiful women keep sucking my dick every night, I don't give a fuck about you or anybody else's standard of beauty. You got me fucked up. I'm a different type of man. You know what I'm saying? As long as my bankroll is handsome, I'm going to be all right.
One of my girlfriends was like, I love the show. She's like, why is Chad always talking about sucking dick? I'm like,
it's a reality.
It's life.
What the fuck you mean?
Like, what the fuck?
Y'all be out here sucking random dicks. Poor dicks, rich dicks, athlete dicks, homeless dicks.
Yeah.
Been on your couch all day while you was out working hard dicks. Like, what you want from me?
Can I do a y'all weird? You got a y'all weird.
I got a definitely kind of y'all weird.
My y'all weird, you just made me think about it, man. Niggas who don't take care of their kids. It's an epidemic.
Speak on it.
It's an epidemic that is really, really getting ridiculous. Niggas are giving up. They are flat out just like, yo,
fuck this shit.
Fuck all
this dad shit.
Fuck life. Fuck being a decent human being. Fuck being a part of society. Niggas would rather just walk around, sleep in random fucking houses. It's insane, dog. It's really insane. I see niggas, man, that I like knew from yesteryear, and I be like, dog, what you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to do nothing positive. You don't want to like, you got 3 kids, you got 4 kids, you got 5 kids. They don't see you. You don't bring them shit.
You don't at least have a favorite kid that you take care of, and then fuck the rest of them.
You don't see them. You don't bring them nothing. You don't take care of them. You don't take them to school. You don't pick them up. You don't go on field trips with them, and they nothing.
None of the above.
Nothing. And I know where you gonna go with your y'all weird because these heifers be annoying too because y'all be letting the shit go on. You know the nigga ain't shit, and you still fucking him. Still got a bunch of kids with the niggas and all this bullshit.
Still letting him drive your Honda Accord every day.
Yeah, but niggas gotta get it together, man. These kids, like I see somebody, man, who he's just left field. The baby mom she's addicted to perks. One of the kids got this mental illness. It's like, yo, it's such a vicious cycle that just needs to end sometime soon. I remember I had like a legendary tweet that did like fucking 8,000 retweets. I'm like, this world is so crazy because you can have a kid and not know anything or have anything, but you can't get a 012 Maxima without a job and references. Right. It's the weirdest shit on earth.
And 2 recent pay stubs.
It's crazy. They'd rather you have a fucking kid than a Maxima. That's the way this world works.
Like, you can do whatever you want with the kid, but the max, you might disappear.
Real shit.
We might not get the max back. You playing games.
And y'all got these. Yo, I'm driving the bus the other day, man. The lady stepped on the bus for her kid. I'm talking about, mind you, the bus in front of me broke down.
Okay.
So I'm getting killed on a 54. She stepped on the bus for her son. Her son couldn't have been no older than 4. I'm talking about the oldest. Young boy. She stepped up with him. Young boy said, "Damn, where was you at?" It took everything in me to not kick him in his chest.
Not the Leonidas' ass.
And I just looked at her like, how he even got the gall?
Yeah, like he's 4. Where is he going?
Where the fuck is he going?
I can understand your issue. Where's little Ron going? That's like, damn, nigga, what the fuck?
He said, "Damn, where you was at?" And I'm like, little nigga. Like, yo,
baby niglet, relax.
You little niglet. I swear I almost punched him in the throat. And I just was looking at her like, you trifling whore. Like, damn.
Trifling whore.
But that's my y'all weird for the week, man. Niggas who don't take care of their kids. I don't understand it. I grew up in the house with my dad. I guess that's why I'm like that.
Yeah.
My dad was there every night. Like, you can't get rid of him. He's there. He's playing my PlayStation. Move. You know what I'm saying? But that's my man. Like, you know, like I grew up with my pop there. I grew up in a family that my parents was married. I don't understand how you can have kids and not be around them.
Right.
To me, that just seems weird as shit.
It's extremely weird.
Like, I have a kid, I gotta be with him.
I mean, give me the kid and throw the baby mom away. Don't throw the kid away. You tripping, dog.
You want to get your y'all weird? Yeah,
my y'all weird. Women have literally found a new way to suck the fun out of shit. Like, women are literally sucking the fun out of everything. This week, I saw a tweet where a woman, and unfortunately she was black, tried to turn men having multiple women, not like cheating, not having a girl and cheating on her, but just like dating, like juggling multiple women, into a psychological issue. Like, I'm reading this shit like, are y'all serious? Like, she's like, yeah, I never thought about this before, but you got all these girls, like, what's really going on here, or something to that effect. And I just put unlimited, like, crying face on the shit. And I'm like, yo, y'all literally, like, are trying to manipulate men to the point where just because a man won't cooperate with the shit that you want, is something wrong with him. Maybe you just ain't it to him.
Yeah, could be.
Or maybe it's because having 19 hoes is lit as fuck.
Sounds lit.
And it's fun. Like,
sounds lit.
You juggling, like, you in the club, you drinking Henny. Next thing you know, you, like, fucking in the park. Like, that shit is dope. Y'all might not believe me. It's dope as fuck. Like, this was my life for, like, 10 years. Like, it was so dope. Like, you literally wake up in the morning and then it's like, yo, I'm going to go to work today. You get off work, go to happy hour. Next thing you know, you're fucking your enemy's baby mom. That shit is fantastic. It's fulfilling. It keeps us going. Shit like that is the only reason why I can focus on day-to-day life and be okay with not being rich. Because I can fuck usually whoever I want. That shit is dope. Stop trying to steal our joy, man.
It's like I look back to my younger years when I was like really running around acting like an 8.
It was fantastic.
It was an awesome time period. I came in the house the other day. My girl had like left to go do an overnight flight or whatever. She had like made me food, and I came in and the air conditioner was on. I put the food in the microwave and I started dancing because my food was warming up. And then I caught myself like, yo, you're really a fucking weirdo. Like, life is over. Like, yo, you ain't lying, dog. Them younger years was amazing.
Listen, when you're 24 and you got 7 hoes with clean vagina, that shit is amazing. And don't let nobody tell you different, young niggas. You know what I'm saying? Get y'all 6-month checkups. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all cool and all that. Don't get nobody pregnant. If you're going to dump in her, make sure that she on birth control or something like that. Protect yourself. But that shit is lit, and don't let nobody tell you that shit ain't lit, because the same girls that be trying to press niggas in the relationships and all that shit, because they 28, 29, 30 now, was just chasing around ball players and fucking drug dealers and shit like that, trying to see what they can get. And now that they passed the shit, now everybody else just got to be, oh, this is so childish.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Nothing. Like, I'm a hoe. It's okay. Don't call the National Guard. Like, it's all right. Like, life will go on. You'll find somebody to love you, sis.
So
And my rebuttal to that was, well, what about when there's a good man that want to be faithful to you, want to love you, take care of you, support your dreams, do all that shit, and then a woman turn him down because he's not her quote-unquote type? Mm-hmm. What about that? You turn him down because he don't get no hoes. Oh, that nigga Trevor don't get no hoes. Fuck him. I ain't fucking with him. But he want to do all the shit that you want to do. It's whatever you want. All the little corny bullshit you want to do. Go down Harbor Park, get in the dirty ass hammocks, get TB and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you go to fucking Sweet Charlie's and get dumbass frozen ice cream and all that shit. He want to do all that shit, and you like, oh no, He only make $44,000 a year. I can't do it, girl. Fuck that.
Yeah, that shit is real.
And I digress.
Yeah, it's a real thing. Culture, man, it's fucked up.
It's bad.
It's horrible.
We got to do a show about the chasm in dating between what men want, urban people rather, because middle Americans don't count. No. What men want and what women want, and how big that fucking divide is.
Yeah, the gap is crazy.
The gap is crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
It's fucked up right now. It's hard as shit dating. You know what I'm saying? In this current millennial.
I heard a chick one time say, like, I only like dating like ball players, and I'm like,
how do you know that?
I'm like, it's only 14 of them in the city.
How would you know
like,
that?
What the fuck? It's crazy.
How would you know? Like, how many ball players do you gotta fuck to know? Like,
didn't one of them heifers said I was supposed to be a basketball wife?
Oh yeah,
yeah. I think that was the bull Maxill. Brandy, I think her name. I think it was her that said that.
There was a chick from Philly that when Deion got drafted was like, oh my God, I should have called. Like all that shit, I should have called him. He gave me his number. That nigga got a whole situation with a kid and love his family. Get your whole ass out of here. Like,
yeah, well, that chick said I was supposed to be a basketball wife. Like, what?
Like, what fucking psychic read your tarot cards and was like, you're going to marry a 4th-string ball player?
Like, I'm pretty sure that's not what your poem said, yo.
I'm sure of it.
I was supposed to be.
You're gonna marry a nigga that play for UAE Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
Power forward.
I'm like, y'all motherfuckers is crazy.
It's a special breed, man.
Yeah. We're gonna do a show, Nubian White Queen show too. We're gonna have to get let's get these questions real quick. We're
gonna have white wine spritzers.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a little spread.
Khakis,
it's gonna be lit.
You gotta dress up. Khakis and boat shoes.
Wearing a Calvin Klein polo. They on sale right now. Lord & Teller, $24.
This question goes straight into that topic. You guys always are talking about Nubian White Queens. She starts off by saying, I think you guys are hilarious. And she's like, a lot of people can't take the jokes that you two do, but I get it.
Because it's sarcasm and
yes,
it's wit.
Exactly. But she's like, you guys, oh, my screen closed. She said, you guys are always talking about Nubian White Queens. With all that has happened this past week, or realistically in the last couple years, does that ever make you look differently at the thought of interracial relationships or interracial marriage?
No, because I'm going to find my Nubian white queen in an urban environment and not in a tiki torch wielding middle America or southern society. I'm smart enough to know that you got to find, in order for her to be a Nubian white queen, she has to identify with the black struggle and be more progressive 9 times out of 10. Did you see that Tommy Lauren has a black boyfriend?
Wow, she does. Crazy.
Breaking news, TRPE.
Oh,
Tommy Lauren's got, you know what I'm saying? So Tommy Lauren can come around. If you swing the hammer strong enough, you know what I'm saying, you're going to end up with some positive results. So you got to usually find the ones from California, Oregon, Washington State, Chicago, like big cities.
Florida.
Not Florida.
Maybe not Florida. Now that I think about it, no.
Fort Lauderdale, that shit's not Florida. Florida's fucked up.
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale, Tampa Bay, Miami Beach, shit like that.
Oh, no, that's what I'm not talking about, like Gainesville.
Yeah,
no.
Throw Florida in the trash can.
You know what I meant. The beach area.
Yeah. The beachy areas of Florida, New York City especially.
Yeah.
The interracial date. I'm gonna let y'all in on a little
Cherry
secret.
Hill?
The interracial dating capital of the world. Cherry Hill in Pennsauken, New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen. I like to people watch. If you go to Cherry Hill Mall on a Saturday afternoon, sit in the food court and look at all the interracial couples.
I'm not trying to be funny. Me and my girl went to what's the shit we like? The Cheesecake Factory in Cherry Hill.
Yeah.
And we sat outside. And
I might go there tonight. Cheesecake.
Let me know if you go there. We sat outside, and it was like 4 or 5 other, I guess, couples going on. And I'm looking around, and it was a black man and a white woman. A black man and a white woman. I turned around, it was 2 black men and 2 white women. I looked over here, it was a black man and a white woman. And Lee was like, "What's going on with you?" I'm like, "Yo, you dark as shit." These niggas living his dream. She started falling out. I'm like, yo, we're the only black couple out this motherfucker. And like, yo, Cherry Hill is crazy.
Listen, I don't know what is in the water over there.
Yo.
What the fuck is going on?
It's like Get Out.
Them white girls got it figured the fuck out. They is looking for a brother.
Yo, not fucking around.
They looking for a brother ASAP.
Everybody got on mock necks. It was like 80 degrees.
Mock neck, no flip.
Yeah. Yeah, Cherry Hill, New Jersey is crazy, but that doesn't bother you at all with all the racial tension, interracial.
Those are fucking weirdos. You know what I'm saying?
It's the second part to this question. She says, okay. She says, seeing as though black men have this thing for white women, do you feel ashamed or sad when you see a black woman with a white man?
No, good for her.
This is the first time I've seen this in a while. Realistically, maybe ever. I saw a black woman and a white man getting married yesterday. People like the white families, Italian families will come out on City Hall, like the median.
Yeah.
And they were coming out of the building, I forgot what club goes on there. The across the street from the old Duke building from Trading Places. You know, with the 2 steps.
Yeah.
They were getting married in there. And I was like, oh, shit, like an interracial couple got married in there, and they were all out on Broad Street.
Right.
And it was a black family and white family. And I was like, man, that's dope.
They're probably 2 prestigious families. Number 1, if they getting married down there. And then number 2, if everybody's happy and cool with the shit.
Yeah.
It's like they probably 2 pretty prestigious families. So, but no, like.
But yeah, I saw it. I was like, that's what's up.
At the end of the day, we talked about this, I think, last week and the week before. Like, love who the fuck you love. Like, I ain't tripping. Like, if you a black woman and you want to be with an Asian man, you want to be with a Spanish man, whatever the case may be, cool. The whole thing in any relationship is shared values and understanding one another. If that person's not trying to have no cultural perspective of why you have problems with certain things or why certain things are an issue or whatever like that, or how you grew up or whatever like that, if they're not empathetic and sympathetic to those type of things, they could be black and not be empathetic or sympathetic for them type of things. So it's like color shouldn't define the end result of who you end up with as far as your relationship goes. Like, it has to be a balance of, a lot of different factors that go into saying, not only am I going to be with this person, but I'm going to get engaged to this person, and then I'm going to marry this person. Like, that's that's levels. You know what I'm saying? So, love who you love, man. You know what I'm saying? But don't close your mind to say, like, you're not going to do this or not going to do that.
All right, next question. I really enjoy your show. When are you guys going to drop the Y'all Weird shirts?
Monday.
Yeah, we're going to get that done. You guys have said when you talked about your favorite albums or the best albums ever, it seems as though you both have Biggie's Life After Death as the best album ever. That is correct. That is the best album. This is a good question. What's better, Disc 1 or Disc 2?
Disc 2.
I'm going to say this. Disc 1 is a masterpiece. If Disc 1 came out by itself, like that was Life After Death, it'd have been great. It had the radio bangers. It had More Money, More Problems, Hypnotize, I Love the Dough with Jay-Z. It had Niggas Bleed, which is his greatest story ever. I Got a Story to Tell, which is probably the second greatest story ever. Somebody's Gotta Die was on that disc. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Disc 2 is an onslaught.
It's another animal.
Like, I honestly haven't heard 3 songs back to back to back on any disc that are better than My Downfall, Long Kiss Goodnight, and You're Nobody Till Somebody.
Exactly.
I haven't heard that.
And Sky's the Limit is on that.
Oh, yeah.
On that fucking disc.
Yeah.
Like perfect records. Like perfect.
My crew was lame. I had enough hard for
most of them. Long as I got stuff from most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the balls.
Of course.
My arms by trying to make the world go round. But some fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. That shit was like, I was in 9th, 10th grade, 8th, 9th grade when that shit changed my life.
Dog, You're Nobody Till Somebody Kill Me literally blew my mind. Like, like listen to when he, dark skin Jermaine, see what I mean? Like, that shit was like, oh my God. Disc 2 was an onslaught.
Yeah,
I remember
Bone and Biggie's on Disc 2.
I was just about to say, I remember when I first listened to Disc 1 and Niggas Bleed went off. I'm like, because Disc 2s are normally like the extra bullshit.
Throwaways.
And I'm like, I don't see how Disc 2 measures up to 1. Because mind you, 1 had Hypnotize and More Money. Because it was like, to me, that was like the album. And he did this.
And it had the interlude on there. All that
that
shit.
was like the album. And then I'm thinking Disc 2 is like the extra Jones that he just did. When Notorious Thugs came on, I'm like, oh no. Big's not fucking around on this second disc. Yeah, Disc 2 is definitely better than Disc 1. And Disc 1 is better
This one is perfect.
Disc 1 is better than most niggas' careers.
Yeah.
That's how good Life After Death is.
Yeah.
Life After Death.
It's the quintessential rap album.
I was going to use that word. To me, at the time in music, 1996, 1997, Biggie literally did every style of rap song you could do and did them perfectly. Yeah. He did the joint where you rap slow, the joint where you rap fast, the joint where your club joint, the joint where you got the R&B nigga on the hook, the joint where you talk about the bitches, the joint where you talk about all the niggas you got beef with, the joint where you tell a story, the joint where you talk about your dead homies.
Sang.
He did every rap song like rap format of a song you could possibly do. He did 10 Crack Commandments on that album. That's nuts. Like, there's nothing.
Kicking the Doors on that album.
Oh. Life After Death is by far the best rap album ever. It's not even close.
It's not close.
It's not close by a long shot.
My top 3 are that, Reasonable Doubt, and Machiavelli.
The Life After Death, Ready to Die, and Illmatic.
I've grown to appreciate Illmatic over. At first, I used to fucking hate Illmatic. I love Illmatic now.
I honestly, when you listen to One Love, that song itself, Dead Orange, Stay Strong, out in New York, the same shit is going on. Like, he was writing letters to his homies in jail.
You know what I didn't like about Illmatic at first that I realized now, looking back? The production it was great, but it wasn't robust. It wasn't like that big bad boy sound.
What's crazy is when I was, I was a young man.
Yeah.
So people would like the rap historians and all the rap older niggas around my way, the hip hop heads was like, the production on Illmatic is great. And I'm like, nah.
No, it's not.
Because, we were so influenced by West Coast and Bad Boy that it was like, no.
Big, beautiful
but then you
records.
look back and you find out that like Large Professor and what's the white boy? Search and Q-Tip and all, like they were really
Pete Rock.
They were really like it for like that production, like, so you understand it like once you get older, like no, Illmatic was really that work.
That worked for sure.
But no, Disc 2 is better than Disc 1.
We got time for one more question.
Wait, so we had one question that was insane. We got another one. I'm gonna try to get both of them.
We try to get both of them in. Might have to go OT.
All right, let me like the show. Okay. You're in a relationship.
Got you.
This shit starts off with asking for a friend, but nigga, please.
Nigga, please.
You in a relationship, everything's going good. You really, really enjoy the girl you with. You even thinking about proposing to her and becoming, taking that next step with life.
But
then you find out that she was out there. I'm assuming out there means a whore.
Okay.
Do you chalk it?
You love, number one. You love,
and it says that, but again, I'm asking for a friend. Nigga,
you love who you love. Number one.
Right.
Number two, if her out there was before you, even if it ended like 10 days into y'all situation, you gotta chalk that, because everybody goes through different phases in life and in dating and a wild phase and all of that shit. Like, nobody's exempt to it. I did some simple math the other day. You want to hear my math breakdown?
I saw the simple
My simple math was this. I said
You
if a
showed
woman
it to me.
lose, conservatively speaking, if you lose your virginity at 16, if you have sex with 6 guys a year, that's conservative. That's every 60 days, one new person for 10 years. That's 60 bodies by the time you turn 26.
Wait. 6 guys a year, every 60. All right, okay.
Just 60 bodies by the time you turn 26.
Right.
That's conservative. I know girls that had 60 bodies at 18.
Dog.
Like on some shit like, oh yeah, no, like there was this one chick that my man was like, yeah, when I was 14 and didn't know what a whore was, she was the first whore. Like, I knew her as Hoary such and such. Like, she was the first whore. So with all that being said, shit happens. Like, if she was out there, but it stopped before you or it stopped a little bit into y'all thing, you got to chalk that. Because if you think about proposing to her, you obviously love her. So why would you give up love and all that nasty sex that I'm sure you're probably getting because she was out there? You're reaping the benefits of her being out there. So you probably got to chalk that. Now, if the shit was going, if her out there was into y'all relationship, say if y'all been together 5 years and her out there lasted 2.5, 3 years into y'all relationship, oh no, you save yourself. Pull the escape hatch and jump off the boat.
I remember I was in a barbershop, man. Shout out to the old barbershop, man, Yoakum Street. Whoa, that shop was legendary. But niggas was in there, niggas was getting a cut. Well, there was a bunch of motherfuckers in there. Niggas came in there like, yo, we had these bitches down the hotel last night, you know what I'm saying? It was party time, you know, all that bullshit. They started like showing tape, you know, niggas is perverts and shit. They started showing the tape, like the film shit they had. One of the bulls who was getting a cut, his chick was one of the chicks on the tape. And it went down. You know what I'm saying? Like, rumble, young man, rumble. Like, and it was just like, what do you do in that situation? Like, you find out the chick you with is out there wilding.
It's just everybody got a different limit of what they can take. Like, some motherfuckers can just be like, you know what? They can compartmentalize it and be like, yo, it was before me or whatever.
No, I mean, like, you finding out some shit like that, like last night.
Oh no, that's no. Ain't no forgiving. Ain't no getting back. None of that shit. Nope.
Yeah.
Nah, can't do it. Call it my fragile male ego, whatever the case may be. Nah, that's too much.
I seen niggas in Miami take a somebody's queen into a room, and I was like, damn, like, these dumb niggas don't look like they play Scrabble. So, you know.
I didn't see him bring a chessboard on the flight.
Nah.
He was on my flight. I didn't see the chess set.
And it's like, damn, that stinks.
Yeah, nah.
One other question I saw that she said, I've asked this question in a couple other forums. I just really wanted you guys' opinion on it because I think y'all are both funny. What do you do when you find out the person you're with has a weird or wild fetish? I recently found out that the guy I'm dating has a foot fetish.
That's not weird or wild.
She said, I court him talking to a woman online about her feet and saying he was going to fly to where she was at.
Fuck her feet.
Yeah.
The foot fetish shit is actually like a mainstream regular ass fetish now. Like, that shit is like,
I don't have a foot fetish.
no, but a lot of motherfuckers do. Like, I know a lot and like young black men that are like, but what's up with them toes? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know like a lot of like young motherfuckers like under 40 that's like freaked out with the foot fetish. Like, not to the point where necessarily they fucking feet, but they like, yo, send me a picture of your fucking your pedicure when you get it done. Like, want to smell your feet? Let me like shit like that. Like, I know niggas that like
It's funny.
are in the feet.
I ain't gonna put him out there, but like a nigga I know, he was like, yo, I just met this bitch, dog. She bad as shit. And I was like, yeah. He's like, dog, look at this picture. And he shows me it was just feet.
Just feet.
And I'm like, what the?
Where's the rest?
What the fuck?
Cabron, where's the rest?
Yeah, Bobby, where's the rest of the? You're like, where's the rest of the person, Bobby? Like, yo, I'm not a foot fetish guy at all. I mean, I see feet. I like my girl feet. They nice.
I used to hate
I always
feet
tell her what
forever.
color. I'll tell her what color. Like, I like light polish on the feet.
I hated feet forever. Like, I just like, yo, don't leave your socks on. Don't put your fucking feet on me. Now it's like, all right, I get it. I get why, you know what I'm saying, niggas can like feet. I ain't turned on by feet, but a good clean pedicure, nice little light little color, whatever, the pinky toe not split in half like a Dutch, like, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it. But a foot fetish that's not extreme. Now, if he's flying to go fuck somebody's feet, that's extreme.
Yeah.
That's another level. You might gotta reevaluate.
Motherfuckers be wanting the feet to be smelly and all kinds of weird.
That's
shit.
when you taking it to another level.
Yeah.
I just want a clean, pedicured, nail, whatever gel polish, whatever the fuck you doing, pretty foot. I don't. No, absolutely not. No, get out my car with the stink ass feet. No.
Yeah, no.
I don't want you just ran on Kelly Drive smelling feet like that. You can't.
Yeah,
no, that's disgusting.
No. I remember they was talking about it at my job, and the chick was like, "Yeah, the boy she was fucking with, like he was like, yeah, like make sure your feet smelly." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" She like, "I don't know what to do." I'm like, "You better go get that athlete foot popping." Like,
Better go jog in place,
Yeah.
my Damie.
my damn. Yeah, I'm not that freaked out when it comes to feet. Like, keep them smelly joints, keep them away. From me.
Hold them.
Yeah.
Hold them. You know what I mean? But it's been another dope episode of Realest Podcast ever. Shout out to our special guest, Mayor Fontaine. Shout out to my man Velly.
Yeah, we had a couple more questions, but they were not non-retarded.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, there goes that. You disqualify yourself
Yeah,
when
you
you don't follow
disqualify
the
yourself
when
with
you don't follow the
non-retarded
format. Like tomorrow, guaranteed, new merch will be up on the site for pre-order. We'll probably ship it out next week, so we'll do a 1 week pre-order period or whatever. Y'all wear shirts in a couple different colors. Migos Repress shirts in a couple different colors, and the camo TRPE hat will be up tomorrow. I'm not doing shit. I'm off. Tommy, I'm off tomorrow. Make sure that shit get up on the site. You know what I mean?
Oh, we didn't even talk about Power. Niggas done ruined Power.
Niggas ruin Power once again. Y'all weird and dirty because y'all was watching a nigga watching Power on Facebook.
Yeah. On a phone. I hate all y'all.
He watching it on his like what?
I literally started my unfollowing spree the other day. And I got so like freaked out with the unfollows. I was just following random. I see you and I just don't like you, Abby.
You're done.
You're done. I don't need this. So, like, and I realized how many people I follow. Like, I think I follow like 800 people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I really don't need to follow.
Like your hat is real negative. I'm unfollowing you.
I don't
bro.
need to follow half of these motherfuckers, man. Your son looks like Trick Daddy. You're done. You know what I'm saying? I'm just unfollowing people left and fucking right.
Got too many memes on your page. You're done.
Yeah. But that shit, we'll get into that later at a later date, the whole Power shit. Motherfuckers was like, oh, y'all the ones that's always talking about it, the writing, why y'all mad because people leaked it? I'm like, America's going to shit. I don't want to know the exact date that we're going to fucking die. Like, who the fuck wants that? I don't want to know what the fuck's going to happen at the end, dumbass. It's like, what the fuck?
I'll tip it.
Yeah, but fuck it. We'll discuss that next week.
Yeah, we definitely will.
Hopefully we get Carl up here.
Yeah, we trying to get Carl up here next week.
Might have Carl back next week.
It's a lot going on. Our city and our world needs something.
Yeah.
We need to talk to the pastor.
We need to talk to the pastor. I feel like we need that.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
let's get things back into perspective. We don't want to talk to Ja. We want to talk to the pastor.
oh shit, that was good. All right, we out of here. 31 in the books. I don't know what this is gonna be called. We'll title it later.
Yeah, shout out to our sponsors, Brand
Dilly.
Dilly Marketing and Nothing But Furniture.
Appreciate that.
Definitely. We out of here.
We out of here.